Welcome to the verdict room. Pull up a seat. We're seeking the truth. Dropping in week after week. Yeah. Last 24, lay it out on the table. True crime experts peeling back every angle. Looking for answers, real exact. Pin the timeline, track by track. Bronx telling tales, she keeps us in line. Every little detail, every tiny sign. They break it all down at Dago's Cafe. Coffee on the counter, new case, same day. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth, no spin. Bringing you the facts so raw, let the evidence speak again. Exposing all the secrets, looking for the lies in the cracks. They throw revelations at your feet till the gavel comes down on the facts. Hey! Typically unique, but the method is clean. Red string on the board, map out every scene. Replay the last call, rewind the last text. If it don't add up, they on to what's next. Side eyes, alibis, tear them apart. Trail through the dark with a flashlight heart. Bronx on the story, keeping pace on the track. Every minute, every motive, never holding it back. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth, no spin. Bringing you the facts so raw, let the evidence speak again. Exposing all the secrets, looking for the lies in the cracks. They throw revelations at your feet till the gavel comes down on the facts. Week after week, you know the sea's still warm. Cold case heat brewing up in the storm. From the Bronx to the booth, they connect every clue. When the hammer hits the wood, you know the verdict is you. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth, no spin. Bringing you the facts so raw, let the evidence speak again. Exposing all the secrets, looking for the lies in the cracks. They drop the gavel one last time and the truth keeps pulling you back. Yeah.
What up?
Hello. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight?
Yes. What time?
I was not expecting that at all. I'm not trying that one, you guys. I can't do that accent.
He's at the beach.
It takes a lot of practice. Sorry. Good evening. Welcome, guys. Miss Logan, Mr. Mikey, how are you tonight?
Good,
Happy
sir.
Saturday. I am wonderful.
Yes, guys. And it's great to be back with you guys. Another crazy ass, long, wild ass week, especially in the Idaho 4 case.
Yeah, buddy.
Unfortunately, as we can tell, you guys, we're not going to be being joined by Miss Kim tonight with Typically Unique. She has family in town, so she is doing some family things. So you got myself, the lovely Miss Logan, and Mr. Mikey down here. So that is what we be doing tonight, guys. We're going to get into some conversations about some of the new info dropping here, there, and everywhere. Towards the end of the show, we're going to jump, midway past, I'll say midway through. We're going to jump into some of this crazy autopsy stuff going down.
The thing we thought we would never see.
Yeah, we've been bitching and complaining, and look what happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I'm still shocked that all of our bitching and complaining, and they decided to release something, and I'm shocked it was the autopsy reports.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. With everything that should have been released, I agree with that complete. How was that? Hey, whoa!
Oh my goodness.
Who's that?
What in the hook?
Good
I just
evening.
over your guys' stream. I was like, let me just hijack this. Like, how can I hack this?
How did you get in here?
Surprise.
I hacked it.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
You guys left the damn back door open again?
You don't have your VPN on, Joey?
No,
Yeah.
nope.
Oh
No,
my
it shut my
gracious.
system down.
Well,
Good
I don't
evening.
either.
I
Miss-
totally slid in that. I slid in the window.
Welcome.
I heard that gong noise. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? We got a
You
ninja
should
coming?
have slid in it as Tina.
Yeah. And don't
Physician services.
don't forget to take the step ladder when you leave, please.
Yes.
Thanks.
Good evening, Miss Oriani. How are you this evening?
What is up, Dago Bronx Tales? The last 24. What is good?
Yes.
Hello.
Good to see you, darling.
Such a great surprise, guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're all excited in chat.
You know, when he popped up that thumbnail, I looked at the bottom and I was like, WTF, special guest. What?
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody.
I hadn't been
didn't
around.
tell nobody.
I
It
was
was
definitely left
I didn't
out
even
on
know
that.
I was going to be a guest.
No, it was a last minute thing. Last minute
was-
thing.
I thought it was like a Lana third hand on an AI creation thing kind of thing. It was just a mix up.
I didn't think I'd be able to keep
I don't
it.
think she ever saw that.
Shit, let me clone myself. That'd be a
No.
fabulous thing.
Hey, give it 10 years.
10, 15, 20, whatever you want it to be. Whatever.
15,
So
25.
we are at a full balanced meal here tonight now, folks. We lost
Yeah.
Kim for the night, but we gained Miss Lana, so we're back balanced out. So
Well,
Yay. Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just
yeah.
play. Can I
Let's
play
talk
this?
this shit, man. This is a crazy week, right?
it is.
Mhm.
It's
Oh
been
my
nuts.
gosh.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It has
Okay,
been
let's
crazy.
go around the round table. Besides, let's just say with the autopsies aside, okay?
Yes.
You
Biggest-
motherfucker.
I mean, right after CrimeCon, actually, I think it was right before CrimeCon. All this stuff drops. What's your biggest takeaway?
Oh my God.
Probably that Bryan requested an Alfred plea.
Right?
Oops. Yeah.
Well, from
About
Steve
that.
saying that to what's his name, Scott Reich.
Yeah.
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 And
They
he
were
wanted
thinking,
an Alfred plea, and they
we'll do
said
an Alfred
no.
plea.
What do you think of that? Since you brought that up, what do you think of that?
Who, me?
Me or
Yes,
Logan?
you. Miss
Um,
Oriana. Well, both of you.
You know, I
Oh.
question. So this entire case, the last 3.5 years, I'm like, why, if he has maintained his innocence for 3.5 years, why would he not take or try and do an Alfred plea? That would be the thing that makes the most sense to me. And then he didn't. Then it was just a regular plea, but there was no elocution. It's just, and then to find out now, so long after the fact that he did want an Alfred plea, I was like, ooh, I knew it. Like,
It makes
it
more
had
sense.
to have been, yeah, it had to have been discussed, talked about something, and then obviously turned down.
Well, for me, what it tells me is that this ain't over.
No, by no means. By no means.
That's somebody that's like, you know, this is what I want, and then basically resorted to, how about this? Think about this. And you want to go back and talk about negotiating? He wants an Alfred plea. No way. We'll give him this. Da da da. Well, no, he's not allocuting anything. He doesn't know anything. Like, are you kidding me?
There's
So
no
when
need
you're
to
going back
allocute.
and forth, now maybe we understand why there was no allocution. Like, because it was
Yep.
a negotiating thing more so than people think. It wasn't Phil
Right.
Thompson saying,
Yeah.
no, this is what we offered and this is what they took.
Thank you. And
You
he
know-
tried to pull that shit too. Right. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just, you know what's kind of interesting? You know, we've all thought, you know, they're dragging their ass on this, on putting stuff out.
Right.
You know, it would be some shit if we found out one day that there was something going on in the background that was the reason why they took the amount of time to let some of this out.
Like,
Meaning deals on other things or something of that nature. I don't know.
But
Oh,
think about who
yeah.
let it out though. Who let this out though? Steve
yeah.
G. Like, we wouldn't know about it unless Steve G said it. So this is my only thing to people is people want to like talk shit on Steve G, and I'm over here like, you guys, he's the one that just gave us that information.
Yeah, I think he's in the middle for sure,
Steve G
especially his
that's
wife.
people that say like, oh, he's a liar. So my only thing to them is like, oh, well, is he lying about that?
I think
Right.
he's doing it. I think he's doing it tactically, Lana.
I know. I think he trolls. I think he trolls his haters, and
Yeah,
I'll love
of
to
course.
get into that, and I'll speak on that because I think he's trolling his haters on purpose. I think that their family has endured a lot of scrutiny,
I do agree with
Yeah.
that.
and I think that he trolls people. So
I think those women
I
drive
witness it. I see it.
a lot with what they
I know
do.
what it was like to be like, here, watch me say this and watch me get these people to spin like motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I will say this Alfred plea thing, with that being stated the way it was, it makes me believe that Thompson approached, which I already believe this anyway. I don't believe that the defense approached them and said, "Hey, can we please have a plea deal, please, please, please." It didn't work that way, in my opinion. And I think that they went to her and said, "This is what we have for you guys. If you want to get the death penalty off the table, still, we'll give him this, and he probably went back with, yeah, how about we go with an Alfred plea? And they said, that's when they said no. There was definitely, like Lana said, back and forth on this. In my opinion, there was just no solid, bam, here it is to the face. I'll never believe that.
You got to think that they served that too right after her mom died. So there's some
Yeah.
weird shit.
Wait,
She
when
was-
did Ann Taylor's mom died?
Right?
Yeah, she
Didn't
died
they-
3 days before the, which hearing was it? The
was the suppression
continuance? Or yeah. Suppression hearing. You're right.
Wasn't it in January?
No. It was like the third to the last hearing that we had before the plea
'Cause
hearing, I think.
I swear it was like she died on a Friday, and then
no.
come that Monday, that's when this shit came out. I
The
could
plea
be
hearing
wrong.
came after that one. So
Well,
it was,
We could
It
just put the
can-
autopsy. I mean, the obituary.
yeah, I thought it was the continuance hearing, is from what I understood. But again, good
I
idea.
swear
can
we
look up the
talked about
obituary.
this, that they popped the plea right after she had, within days.
Well, but did she pass all of a sudden, or was it?
You see, I had that.
I don't know. That's what I heard, that it was unexpected and bam. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
which is odd.
I couldn't find a lot of info.
No,
Do you,
I looked it up.
never mind. I just answered my own
I
question.
don't know that answer. Just so you guys know, that's why I asked it. It wasn't like I had that.
I don't
answer.
either.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking it. It's like I have no idea.
Let me
I
see
just heard that her mom had passed, and that's all.
Yeah.
I didn't inquire further about it. And I swear it was.
We went over it like 2 months ago
Weird.
on here.
I thought it was at the I thought it was like right after like January 2025. So I'm just curious
I'm
on that.
looking again. Hold on a minute. 1 minute.
Well, while we're looking on that date, I have another question for you guys. Besides
Yes.
well, Mike, you didn't get to say what was your
Well,
biggest
see, the way you serve that, and me being a male, I'm so mind fucked and stuck on the autopsies.
yeah, you're like
I
you're just
can't
like,
handle
oh,
that
wow,
right now.
these
No,
autopsies.
I'm just a dog. No, but I'd have to say probably the plea thing, in all honesty.
Okay, so CrimeCon gave it to you.
What about you?
Honestly, I'll tell you what my biggest thing is Dylan.
Oh my God.
The
The
interview shit?
unredacted Dylan
Yeah.
interviews are absolutely just mind.
Mhm. And after I heard that, and this is when I had thought, and of course Logan heard this, but was she on drugs that night? Like,
No, wait, I got a bomb for you guys. Ready for this?
July 27th.
What was it?
It said July 27th. Virginia Ann Taylor Lindley,
Of
So there-
2024?
there is another,
25. Or 20.
the name
20
crosses to somebody else. That I got
24?
confused at the
That might be right, actually.
Yeah. Virginia Ann Taylor Lindley. Sorry.
Yeah, it was right after
July
after-
27th, it says. That's wild.
of 2024.
I think so, yeah. It just says July 23rd. Or 7th, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I believe that's right. It was like that would have been right before the hearing to go to switch locations.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when
It's-
like Cy and them all testified? They all testified.
Venue change hearing, right.
Yep. So I put out.
So why did it come
misinformation.
out that her mother died 3 days before we
Because-
had the other hearing just this past
I
year?
think people just found out about it that her mom died.
Oh,
It wasn't
got
that
you.
people- it wasn't that she died. It was like they found out that her mom had died during this proceeding.
Right.
So that made
That would make more sense. Yeah. Okay.
I just want to say thank you to Crime Tourist for a super chat towards our FOIA fund. We appreciate you.
Thank you. And thank you, Moto, for your super chat you dropped early on. I threw it up on screen and I didn't open my mouth. And that's my apologies. Sorry about that. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate you. Anyway, sorry,
Like
guys.
you had more on this Dylan.
This Dylan thing is nuts. We did. I don't know if you saw it, Lana. Probably not. But we did a whole thing where I read through all of the new stuff that dropped that was in documents, and I played the police officer, the investigator, and Tomboy,
That was
and
a
then
good way.
Kim played Dylan. Okay,
Mhm.
we went back and forth, and oh my god,
Yeah.
I think you have to do something like that. Like we did that
Mhm.
with you that one time. We were kind of doing the whole
It's
hearing
money.
stuff and all
Yeah,
that. I
mark
swear to
down,
God,
yeah.
it's the best way to do it. Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's in. I can't believe it. Which one was it? The Gooch hearing. Okay, listening to ourselves saying it
Hmm.
when they were talking to her, they were saying things like, "Have you been through previous trauma?
Yeah.
Are you currently on
Mhm.
medication for things?" And it's like, and I can imagine their faces when she's saying the things she's saying, and they're going, "This chick's insane." You know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like you need to be on something. So
Yeah.
that was wild to me, truly and honestly.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then you have to ask yourself, why aren't they having all of this stuff? We see all these interviews, okay, with people in an interrogation room and their audio and visual, okay? How are
Right.
you interviewing Dylan and Bethany off camera?
Yeah.
Uh huh.
You
Thank you.
can't. There's no. You can't even get body. You can't get body language.
They don't want anybody to see that. That's what
Es
I think it is.
importante.
Yep.
You
I
are.
agree.
Mm,
There's
I fully agree.
no sense.
it's like a job interview,
Which
like a pre-screen.
which interview is your for lack of better terms, your favorite interview, Lana, out of the ones we just received?
Oh, hands down. I mean, the grand jury stuff that Dylan says
Oh yeah.
that she saw the firework and firecracker. I found
Yes.
Dylan.
Yeah, you're busted. Sorry.
You know, Lana, what was your bomb? Oh, my bomb is that so my most recent stuff that we put out, Mark did a really good video to play the screams, you know, and like the yells and everything. And we were really showing like the time frame of all of this mixed with like the time frame of Bill Thompson's police officer work that he did.
Right.
Like, you know, hey, this is what's going, this is what they deem as, you know, pertinent. And when you compare those timelines and you actually look and you're like, there is no yelling, screaming, nothing can be heard between 4 and 4:20. Okay,
Right.
so nobody's, I mean, really, when you read the autopsies and you hear and you see somebody say that these people were in a lot of pain, did you see that part? Like in the motion?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you really think about that, when I'm in a lot of pain, I'm not silent.
No. Most people aren't.
And guess what we didn't see in the autopsies? We didn't see, which I know you guys are going to talk about a little bit later.
Yes.
We didn't see that nobody, like the question would be like, could these people talk? Could these people
Right.
scream? Were they
There was no gag.
incapacitated to not have them be able to
Yeah.
use their vocal, you know, their vocal cord to be able to speak?
Uh-huh.
Right.
And so the bombshell that I have for you guys is that early on in this investigation,
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Jen.
it was, do you guys remember when the G's were coming out and saying things like, nobody's going to care about the whole drinking or about
Yes.
drugs or anything
Yeah.
like that? Like, no one's going to
Thank
get
you,
in
Michelle.
trouble.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
that-
I remember it.
Mm.
Okay, so back when that time frame, so if you go back, this is pre Bryan Kohberger getting arrested during this investigation into a, you know, what ended up being a 6 to 7 week manhunt. During that time, which was a couple weeks into it, obviously, like how we're dissecting that video, that's what all of them were doing. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
So
Trying
as
to-
they're dissecting this, they hear what we're hearing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens here is that people come forward in a way that's like, listen, our friends were having a domestic dispute. And this yelling and screaming has to do with a domestic dispute.
Mm.
And I'm over here like, who, what, where, what, huh? But
Yes. Thank you.
This is how, just so everybody's wondering, because I mean, I think we're all wondering, how are you ignoring everything that we're hearing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What was told to the families and what was told by certain people when they would like, they're all sticking to the story of that there was this domestic dispute, like
Mhm.
With no
couple got
report.
into it.
No report.
And I'm saying to myself, wow. So
Yeah.
a couple gets into it, right?
Right.
Molly McMichael's delivering food, right? I mean, all of these things are supposedly happening, right? But during the time of the crime,
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can hear a domestic dispute.
And who the fuck came
Everybody
forward?
knows that's what was told to the families. That's what that they were
That's
going to be saying
fucked
at trial. So what we need to do is we need to take the witness lists and we need to go through these witness lists and see who's a couple that's on that witness list. Who was having this domestic dispute, because that was going to be testified to at trial.
That's worse.
So whose name is on the list? Right. I got you.
People are
No
on
police.
the state's witness list, okay, that can be testifying about this. Or did Ann Taylor just accept that? But I'm just telling you guys, in the beginning, that's what was told. What, like, people didn't want to come forward because of that.
Wow.
And then when they did, like, it was stuff like that. And I'm just like, whoa.
That's
I'm
some
like, wow.
softball shit.
It's crazy. Logan, thoughts?
I think it's just getting more clear and clearer and clearer that the time of the crime that they say it is surely not the time of the crime.
Yeah.
And then we have, an interview where officers saying, I think it's with Jack D, where he says something about 3 a.m. So, the original timeline was 3 to 4, but we have the Chapins that say, Van Leuven. We have the Chapins that are, still adamant about 2 a.m. being a dark hour. So I don't know. I'm starting to go over some more audio at 2 a.m, and it seems like there's definitely stuff that takes place at that time.
I agree. And I'll be honest with you, because we're going to get into him too real quick, but Chris Holland, Dr. Turby, Chris Whitcomb, and all these people that are ignoring the noises that are being heard at 2 something in the morning, I think I fully disagree with them saying it's unimportant. And I have absolute, I'm almost positive that there was manipulation done with audio visual things, in my opinion, at this point now with that whole situation.
And like Lana said, how they going through this video, it's fucking crazy to think that they probably literally sat there and this was part of them piecing shit together. How they went through this video and that won't work. We can't do that. We can't piece that because this, I don't know. It's all fucked. Let me ask you guys
a question. So I'll release it here first. My live on Monday morning is it's about what I just said, but it's about the fact that was the domestic dispute between Ethan and Xana? Is that what this was about? And that nobody wanted to say anything about this?
And where did this come from? There was no police around there for this domestic dispute. Where's the fucking report? Did they just go, oh, hey, we just wanted to let you know our noise might be on that video.
Well, the Ethan and Xana thing has been brought up before in my chat in one of my shows, that people brought that up, said, was that why all the weird things were going on with Ethan that night? If you look back in the book and you read through the pieces and parts of that in that little chart they had with the text messages, the missing missed what the hell are they called? The FaceTime calls from what's his name to him, and missed calls from this person, that person, so on and so forth. I said there was something around Ethan, in my opinion, going on that night.
Are you ready for this? What if the domestic dispute was between family members?
Meaning,
and that's why,
what you talking about,
Willis? 2 o'clock is a very dark hour.
Like the Chapins, or somebody like that. You mean?
What if this domestic dispute was between 2 brothers?
Oh, the Chapin brothers. He was always different. Distant.
That's interesting, because if you if you think about how Hunter was acting when he showed up in front of the house that morning, that's an interesting point.
They're not the statement. He's the one that called the parents, right?
Yeah, Hunter was.
He's not.
That could explain Maisie being upset and crying that night too, if she knew about it.
I love you. Never said I love you.
That's
look at
wild.
the puzzle.
I'm just saying, Hunter doesn't have his phone anymore. Did somehow it get busted? You know,
And you know what, Lana? Hold that thought. Freeze right there. Oh fuck,
Shock phase. Here we go.
dude! I found Hunter's jacket in a body cam video at the 1122 house that he wore to the Hunka Dunga that night, and he was dropped off at Sigma Chi.
Yeah.
There is the blue jacket he was wearing, and it's tucked up underneath where the TV is in the living room area. And I was like, why is that jacket in here? If he was dropped off earlier, he wouldn't have been at the house to take that jacket off here. But what if? What if something did go down?
So,
and they were at the house that night. Oh shit.
Also, if you remember in the bathroom, somebody had like a Kleenex with a little bit of blood on it, and for some reason, I always thought that was like dabbing their knuckle or something.
Or a bloody nose, maybe. That's crazy.
I don't think there was enough for bloody nose, though.
No, I get what you're like. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just a dab or wiping it off, but that's fucking insane.
Okay, so homegirl, this recent interview, what the hell's her name? That said that she walked him and her home at like 1 something.
Kennedy Fitzgerald.
I don't even know. I'm bad with names.
Or no. She's the one that walked the girls home, supposedly. Sorry.
well, yeah, to the White's parking lot, basically.
Which is another big mess.
That's just freaking weird to me. I don't know. Those kids are so disconnected, but they fucking want to walk a couple home. Well, get the fuck out of here.
I can't get past what you just said, though. I can't go past that right now because.
Well, I
if
was.
that happened.
Said he went to bed at like 10.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like a Dylan situation where like Dylan went to bed twice too.
Dylan left the house there. That Ethan supposedly was back there at the house at 9:30.
I'm just like,
roughly.
Who?
Ethan. That's based on the book. I'll go with that. Okay, based on the book, he dropped everybody off and then came home at 9:30.
Yeah, but I've already proved that can't be right.
And how? Like, what would the answer be?
Because the timeline isn't in order. First of all, at 9:26, it's out of order. It needs to be put up above a couple things.
Okay.
And it's because Ethan's texting and saying, I'm with Bethany and Xana, and telling Hunter to come to the Sigma Chi house. And so he wasn't the one that drove the Explorer to the house. He was physically in Sigma Chi. So if there's anybody driving an Explorer at the time, also, we truly need to see those logs because I agree. If they have GPS on them, or if they're like the Karen Reed type logs. I mean, what are these people going off of?
Yeah, no, I got you. That's why I wanted to know what the other answer would be to it.
Yeah, they purposely put that. If you look at the book, it's out of order chronologically, and they purposely move Ethan saying, "Come drink with me."
Yeah,
Xana, and they put it out of order on purpose because they need to put of what they need to put at 9:24 and 26 and whatever the hell.
Yeah, right.
And I was just like, this is crazy. Like that they would like literally manipulate their own.
Yeah, they've always kept that.
Anybody can find this if they actually like did the work. Like it's on page 237.
They've always kept their timeline weird as fuck.
So I think that's all crap because it's not in chronological order. And the most important is,
I had issues with the order it was in for sure.
Yeah, if you put it in the correct order, the first thing that you notice is like, why would Ethan be saying to Hunter Johnson, you wouldn't say, "Come drink with me."
Yeah,
Xana, me, Xana, and Bethany,
right?
Okay, because he's like they're at the Sigma Chi house or whatever. You would be saying something like, "Hey, I got to drop off this car. Okay, walk back over. Like, come with me. Come with us."
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
no, yeah, absolutely.
They put it out of order, and they did it on purpose
to confuse us more, like they always have. Right?
Yeah,
that's wild. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of what we were talking about here for a minute. So let's say this is all absolutely alleged, purely speculative, obviously, because that's what we do. Well, what if Ethan and Hunter got into a fight that night over whatever? Okay, I'm not going to go into right now what it is, but what it could be. But what if they did? That could, like I said, explain seeing Hunter's jacket balled up underneath the TV there in the house where it shouldn't be. But and then whatever else goes on that night. Dylan left at 10:30. Kaylee and Riley left around roughly the same time. After Maddie gets back there, they all take off. So what do you think? How do you think this may have gone down, Lana, in your opinion? And like, what do you think the outcome was possibly?
you know, the Chapins are really quick to come out and talk first. They were the
Oh,
first
yeah.
to talk. And
This
they
was
were,
not a love triangle. There were no
yeah,
drugs,
they were
right?
adamant about like this wasn't some love triangle. Okay. And so think about that. Now when we have the data, okay, this whole Erica texting,
Yeah,
and
right.
you're getting cheated on and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you see Chapin saying like if they're not going to go into like all crazy like detail, whatever, but they wanted to stop these rumors, and I'm over here like, but nobody in the world, the she was wanting to stop the Idaho rumors because nobody was thinking anything what she was saying that was like an Idaho like a frat and sorority rumor, and so she was just all about the like turning down like the frat sorority rumors, and so that's just I believe if you go back to the beginning and you listen to what the Chapins say,
Uh-huh.
like you have to actually take into account their words, and their words are talking about 2 o'clock
Yeah.
in the dark hour.
Mm-hmm.
And that that this wasn't some love triangle, and so therefore like whatever the potential fight could have been about, it wasn't what you thought. And I think somebody was gassing somebody up. People were gassing people up on purpose because people like this whole like prankster trick thing. Then you put in what Dylan's talking about, and Dylan's over here talking about a woman in her dreams all in black going around playing pranks on people. Like what?
Yeah.
That
Where the
part,
fuck did this
and-
come from?
Yeah, and she was saying how she was like, you know, I have lucid dreams. I can control my dreams. I can control every single one of my dreams.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
I
I
usually
don't
die.
know. Yeah, that's why I don't know if it was real or not, because but then she was going and trying to explain how she knew one of them was real, but not,
Yep.
and then knew how the other one wasn't. But I think the one with the woman in it is real life.
Right. It absolutely makes more sense that way.
I think everything that Dylan says, it's all jumbled. But if
Mhm.
you take little bits of it and you
Yep.
actually put it in a different
Yep.
light, then what Dylan is saying, there's so much truth in what she's saying, but it's just
30%.
not in the way that she's saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
You
she's making up her lies from these situations, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So this was that first interview that Chapin
Yeah.
came out with. This is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
it was, you know, that 2 a.m. to me is a really dark hour. That to me is, you have to also remember this. These parents saw that video at this time. That video was sent around and everybody had it because of the neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
you know, gave everybody the code.
Fuck. Yeah, Jack had it and shit. And that,
People
yeah,
had
all
the
this
code
shit.
and we're just like on there, like watching all this stuff, which means it's unsecure,
geez.
which means was there stuff that could have been deleted? Like
Mhm.
who had access
Yeah.
to all of this?
Yeah.
And Jack got that in. Jack got all of that other info first, didn't he? He was the first one to have that shit, wasn't he?
Oh, I think all of them were. I think that Jack D was just this. How the reason we hear about what we hear about is because the Gonsalveses are so outspoken, which I think people need to like understand that if they weren't outspoken guys, we wouldn't have shit.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm just like, you guys are going hard at the wrong people, in my opinion. They're just repeating what they're being told. Okay. And so is it kill the messenger type of deal, or is it, hey, who's feeding them this? You know?
Yeah. They got some pieces for sure.
Right.
Yeah. And so, and also like they're going through the trauma and the shock. So like, where are you going to give grace? I'm going to give grace to somebody's parent. The kid was murdered. Okay.
Well,
I'm not
of course,
going to give grace to 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds that they know what happened and they're lying, or they don't know what happened and they're lying, you know?
Right.
So my great, like, and I think that people try to insert themselves where they shouldn't have inserted themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that for sure.
And which then makes you look guilty, you know?
Yeah, you hit that fucking pitfall. You're
Right.
like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Like I want to hear more from Xana's parents. I want to hear more.
I want to
Xana's
hear from
dad.
all of them. Right.
Yep.
You know, like you were in town that weekend. Were you truly supposed to meet up with your daughter? Because why would you be driving to Arizona
Yeah.
or going like, and then them have to call you and say, hey, you need to come back. I thought you were supposed to be meeting up with Xana.
Well, wasn't he with? Wasn't this weekend that this happened? Wazoo's parents' weekend, and he was there with Jasmine over there that weekend, and then
Weekend
okay.
before, right?
he was the weekend. No, the weekend before was Idaho's parents' weekend.
Yeah,
This
Oh,
weekend
gotcha.
that this happened was
Yeah.
Washington's weekend. Yeah.
He was in Wazoo. Yes, he was at WSU. He was there for parents' weekend, and then there was talks of them like going to like brunch or lunch.
Right.
And then like the families, those two sides are gapped out. Like there's nothing from Maddie's family. There's nothing from Xana's family.
Well, because I just don't think like, well, like at least for like Maddie's family, for me, if she didn't communicate with her family that weekend, so like
Yeah.
that could set aside. But if there was plans, I could tell you that my parents would never, leave when I would have been in college and came down to Cincinnati. If they were in the area, they would have been blowing me up saying like, where are you? Like, we're coming by the house to pick you up, to take you to like, lunch. And then we're hanging out with you before we leave. They would have never even just left. They would have actually come by my house. Like, there's just no way my mom would have left. I just know that.
And
That's weird.
Because of how far it is. Like, maybe your phone's dead or something like that, but I'm still going to come by. Like, I'm going to see my...
At least to say hi for a little bit. Yeah, right. Lunch, breakfast, something. Yeah, I agree with that.
We had that planned. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that whole thing, that's another thing I have a question about is his statement seems like it changed. That we had first heard that he was out that night with Jasmine. He had been drinking, and they were in a fight situation thing happened, so on and so forth. He was going to go there. Jasmine said, "No, you've had too much to drink." Everything, and Xana said, "No, Dad, everything's fine. We're good. Blah blah blah. Don't worry about it." And then he makes that statement, like, "If I'd have been there, I'd have probably been on the couch, and this wouldn't have happened," and all that stuff.
Maybe we should play what Xana's dad said. Actually,
Yeah,
I would love to hear his stuff again.
Xana's
absolutely.
dad contradicts himself though, because
That's what I was talking about.
yeah, originally that was a statement that he said was actually on Friday. That happened on Friday, not on Saturday.
That's what I was curious about, right?
Yeah, when he's asked when the last time he talked to Xana was, he said it was the 11th.
Yeah, it was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Like the last time that he talked to her.
But then,
what's he talking about, that he could have been on the couch or like he would have been there or something like that?
I think that was here.
That was
Here, I'll play it. I'll play it right now.
I think might be
I
right.
believe this is the one where he said that. Hold on. Oh, and we get to look at Greedy Beard too.
Fucking Frosty.
1 second.
Son of a bitch.
I think everybody, other their families that's speaking so far, spoke about things. I agree with everything they have to say. It all comes back to a lot of the same things that I've had to deal with, and we as a family have had to deal with. And that brings me, basis of what I'm talking about a little bit is on my way up here, flying up here in the plane, and about halfway through the flight, this little girl calling out for her dad. Hey, dad, and then in my mind, I was kind of half asleep. It was dark on the lane. I heard Xana calling out for me like she did, back when she was little, 5 years old. And those times were hard. It was chaotic, but we always had something to work toward that was in a positive direction, compared to right now, which is necessarily not as positive as that for sure. And I know I miss Xana a lot. My life's been changed, and Xana had a great impact on me. And the impact was when she was gone, I realized how important she was, and what she really did for me, influenced me, was way beyond what I ever thought. She'd call me up on the weekends, check on me, see who's with me. She's like accountability to your youngest daughter, and that really made a big difference. It made me really think about things and what it's all about, That's the things that I miss the most, is those calls on the weekends, the calls at 11 at night. Oh, what's going on? You want to meet my friend? Whoever she's with, a couple of her friends, I can meet them, talk to them. And she always did that. And it's pretty cool. I really miss that. And she made a big impact on me, on other people, her family. But the impact that she made is so extensive on what happened here. And it goes so far. People from everywhere in the world, are following things. And Xana has made a difference in their lives. So, countless people, they might not even know her. They never knew anything about her. It's what they see. And they just love her and say how they wish she could have been their friend. Could have been their friend, could have hung out. And it's like, this is a blessing. This is who the little kid was, and definitely was a big blessing in my life. And so is Jasmine. And basically, we worked hard to do the things we did, through the times they were growing up. And through those times, I realized that I wanted both of them to graduate college, and that'd be the ultimate thing for them to do to prepare for the world. Then it came back to me. Xana didn't get to finish college. She had it all figured out.
Damn, is this where we really?
Yeah, this all just came back to me when I was there, and that little girl was on the plane doing that. It's like where I was going, what I was going here for, and then I just realized and thought to myself about the wonderful life that she had and we had together, and I still get to have with Jasmine, but that's the part that really counted. It's the part that really counted is those memories. And those are what I have left, the memories with her and the ones with her and the ones I can make with her and the life that I can go on with now, which is what she wants. And I say that in present tense because that's what she wants, because I've been told that, I've had countless ways that she's out there and has a way to communicate, which I'm very grateful for. That goes to say that the impact of what happened to them, all 4 kids, goes so much further than just not me, the parents, the families, the community. It goes so far because a lot of kids, in the colleges, just for an example, they lock their doors now. The door wasn't locked in the back. Penn State or wherever it was, all the colleges, I know that I've heard they all lock their doors now. So maybe the impact it's going to make is going to help out and maybe protect some people. Having this outreach and having the influence of what happened to these kids did, all I know is that's 7 miles away when it happened. And she wasn't feeling.
Okay, I think this is where this part comes into play.
She wasn't feeling that good.
Yeah, here it comes right here.
That good. It was 11:30, and I almost went over to Susanna's to say, and I would have been sitting right there on that couch, and you had to deal with me. So they would have had a chance, and I regret.
Boom, there it is. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is perfect. I'm telling you, this is the truth right here. If Xana wasn't feeling good at 11:30, okay, 11:30, she's not at the Sigma Chi house, okay?
No.
Or did somebody have her phone? Because guess what Dylan says?
Yeah.
Dylan says, I know Xana's dad's name's Jeff. It's like, did she text Jeff to say she wasn't feeling well?
What the fuck?
She couldn't even
can't
say her
remember
last
shit.
name, Lana.
Yeah.
So at that point, she didn't know her well enough to know that, unless
Yeah, she
there
didn't
you
really
go.
know the Gonzalez's parents' names, but God, did Dylan say, "Oh, I know her dad's name's Jeff"? Because in Xana's phone, did Xana's phone say Jeff Dad? You know what I mean, Jeff Daddy. Like I don't know what she called her dad, but some people in their phones when they're like in college, like they have their mom's names or their dad's names, and they put like the name, but then they put like mom or dad. You know what I mean?
So did somebody did he send a message and say, "Hey, I'm going to come hang out," and somebody grabbed her phone and said, No, I don't feel well. Stay away.
I think that it was not prompted text. I think that Xana sent the text, and that tells me that would be sealing off the plans that they would have had. You guys get where I'm going with that?
Yes. Okay, I know what you mean now.
I don't feel that good, so hey, like I may not be able to do lunch or brunch in the morning. Think about that.
Right.
Okay. Like
interesting. Okay.
And so for him to say, if you can rewind that, can you put it on like regular speed just so everybody can hear that?
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
Absolutely.
To say that Xana, he's like, I was 7 miles away. She wasn't feeling that good at 11:30.
And that is the night of, folks, not Friday before. So
Oh yeah.
All right, hold on. I think
this stuff is just blowing up the state's narrative.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I don't feel that good, but I just ordered a DoorDash at 2:15.
I just don't understand why an hour and a half after he found out that his daughter was deceased, he told the officers, I hadn't talked to her since the 11th. So then how did he talk to her the night of the crime?
I'll tell you, let me tell you what I think. I think that they're using 12 and 13 interchangeably.
Yes.
Because of like it
the night
happened
before.
in the middle of the night.
That's what I said. That's
that's
exactly.
fucked
But
up.
when Steve said what he said, I said I think people are mistaking when he says the night before, meaning
Yeah.
the 12th, the night of, and then it rolls into the 13th.
You
That's
get
what
what I'm
I
trying
thought
to say?
too.
Like for like, and also I'm sorry, but like you guys, dude, we can't hold these parents accountable for something. Like, have you guys seen the Russos when they're told that Dominic died in that car accident?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like come on, like so
Right.
here this guy could say macaroni and cheese, chicken nugget. You know, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But here he is clear minded. He prepared for this speech. Right. This is where I'm putting my weight. My weight's going right here, and I can't believe, holy shit, we're hearing that she didn't feel good and 11:30 all in the same sentence.
That's huge.
That's huge.
I agree. It is huge. Absolutely. Play it back. I think I went back far enough. Here we go.
But I get what Logan's saying though. Like,
Yeah.
how are we coming out? And somebody was trying to put out there that like he messed up the days. He really talked to her the last on, you know, the 11th.
Friday.
And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
whoever is saying that should shut the fuck up
Well,
because
I think Steve even corrected it too and said that people were saying that it was on the Friday before something else that happened, and he said no, it was not. It was the Saturday night, is what he said then too. It was in another interview that got brought up, so it's the same
Saturday night though is the night that she wasn't feeling well
thing, right?
because it goes into then the morning of when it happened.
Yep, that's absolutely what I've been saying. I said people
And I
are
think the
taking
last
it back
time that
too far.
I'm sorry, but I think the last time that he did talk to her was on the 11th. So let me make sure I'm really clear about this. The last time that he talked to her was on the Friday. She, though, texted him because remember, they had these plans, right?
Yeah, instead,
Okay.
right.
And so she texted him at 11:30. So they didn't talk at 11:30, just saying that she wasn't feeling well. So he did talk to her probably on that Friday.
Physically
And
talk
they
to her,
texted,
right?
But the only reason they texted, now we have to ask ourselves, because remember what Dylan was asked? And remember what Bethany was asked? Is did you guys have your roommates' passcodes to get into their phones?
Yep.
And they
And
said,
wasn't Xana's book open to her passwords and shit on her desk?
I
Isn't
don't
that
know.
something we found out not too long ago, that book that had her passwords was opened up?
It was. Yeah. It's
Okay.
in the pictures.
Oh, you mean like in whose room? In Xana's room?
And then
Uh-huh.
Okay,
And-
yeah.
it had supposedly had her passwords in it, and the notebook had been opened up. So
Yep.
Yeah, so technically they talked on Friday because they had plans because it was, hey, I'm hanging out with your sister because it's, you know,
Parents' weekend.
Sibs week, whatever, it's parents weekend over here.
Yeah.
But on Sunday, let's all do, you know, brunch before I leave, you know, and that way it's not a competing thing. Like here, I came to yours and then I'm going to go to hers. Right. But then on the last day, probably of the weekend, like let's all then do blank together.
Yeah, right. And that
And so
I see.
that would
I
make
know
the most sense to me.
it does make sense. I see. Thank you, Jen.
Yes. Thank you,
Um,
Jen.
Real quick, I'm sorry because I just watched her drop it for yours too. So right there for Jen, dropping 5 memberships over at the Bronx Tales, and Miss Jen did it here too. Thank you very much, dear.
And thank you, Carol, and also to BCYT. I appreciate you guys so much.
I'll get all of these at the end as well, but thank you guys very much. Very much appreciated for
Yeah.
all you guys. Congrats, Moonville, and
Can I just give
happy.
a shout out?
Yes, you can.
I just want to give a shout out to this name that I just saw and I about fell out of my chair. Bucktooth Dylan.
Bucktooth Dylan, I just saw. Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh my God, that's epic.
Oh my God.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that team name, aka the
Absolutely.
individual name.
Yes.
That's all I had to say about that.
You guys, and we appreciate you guys doing the things like that you do that let us have a smile every now and then with all this shit. So yes, thank you. That's awesome. Very funny. Very funny.
I just love. I love Kaylee's personality. Kaylee's like, dude, because Maddie was drunk. You know what I mean? So like, think about
Oh
being
yeah,
drunk.
Maddie
with
just
your
called me a
friends,
bucktooth bitch, right?
and he's just saying wag ass shit because she's hammered. And so, so Kaylee's over here all excited. She's just like, dude, Bethany just called me a butt.
Exactly.
Like that would be my humor. So I would have sent that out too, and then I would have recorded her like put the camera in her face and be like, say it, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
But
Yes, ma'am.
those are
All
like
right,
the
guys.
cases
I'm
like
sorry.
this that I try to like take like, you know, it's just so sad that
You
when
have
they're
to find a place to
happening,
smile sometimes.
and it's
Yes.
not it's actually like I think it's humanizing. Like, come on, man, these are real people. Like, this is their families, and everything gets dissected, and it's like
Right.
embrace the fun when they're having fun, and these are their
Yes.
final moments. Like, I just
This is what humanizes them, and it takes them away
Yeah.
from the fact that they're victims too. That's important, guys. We need to remember that with all of them, in any case for that matter. But yes, Moonbell, thank you again. 5 more memberships. We got 10 new meatballs jumping into the source tonight. Forget about it.
These guys
Yeah.
are showing up.
can you play his thing though again?
That's what I'm getting ready to play right now. I just wanted
Oh,
to make
okay,
sure
like,
we
I didn't
got
know if I
everything
said
out.
it or not.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
had a
It's
white
all good.
claw, so I couldn't remember.
Well, at least you didn't say with. Play with
Yes.
his thing.
All right, let's shut up, Mike. Yes, let's do this.
Do it.
It was 11:30, and I almost went over to Susanna's to say, having this outreach, and all I know is I was 7 miles away when it happened, and she wasn't feeling that good. It was 11:30, and I almost went over to Susanna's to say, and I would have been sitting right there in that couch, and you had to deal with me in that couch, and I would have been sitting right there in that couch. She wasn't feeling that good. It was 11:30, and I almost went over to Susanna's to say, and I would have been sitting right there in that couch.
Can you guys imagine if Jeff would have went there that night, if that wouldn't have happened the way it did, and how this would have turned out? If it would have turned out any differently, that's insane. That's an insane thought to me. But
that's like the rest of your life you have to live with that. That's like
right, that's what I'm saying. Like that
wasn't
dude.
it like then he said, actually, if you continue to play it, I think he says,
Yeah, I'll play it.
Santa was like, no, Dad, you've been drinking, don't come here, or something like that.
Yep, I think it was either Xana or Jasmine that had said it. But yeah, I'll play it now.
And you had to deal with me. So they would have had a chance. And I regret that. And I regret not going. But the reason why I didn't is because Xana said, don't be drinking and driving. You have to rental a car. Don't be drinking and driving, the week before that. So she was.
So press pause.
She
So
would
the
have been
week before that, did he just stay in Moscow for that whole entire week?
I
So
think
it's
he
just
did.
all weird.
I think because, like I said, I think
They're
because
back to
where
back
he
to-
lived, they had 2 weekends back to back that was parents' weekend. So he probably just took a vacation, stayed there the whole week. That way he didn't go back and forth. Because Arizona to Idaho is a hell of a trip. So
Or maybe she just made that comment to him the previous weekend, and he just like remembered that or thought of that,
Man, didn't they spin out some shit that they had ordered pizza or some shit and somebody
I
had
know.
gotten in a fight and that was why?
in the beginning, we had heard that conversation happened, and he had told her, "No, we had just ordered pizza. It was like 12 or 12:30. We're watching movies. Everything's good, Dad. Don't worry about it. You've been drinking, so on and so forth." Is what we got told in the beginning.
Yeah, and guess why they said 12:30 though? Think about this. He was in. So this is what happens with your phones, guys. Since he had flown to Arizona, the time changes. Okay,
Right.
so it's 11:30 when it happened in Moscow time, but it would have been 12:30. Like that's how I want to know if that had something to do with the whole 11:30, 12:30 thing.
Yeah.
Well, Lucy threw the whole Zulu time thing in the chat a little bit ago. So I mean, it could be. That very well could make sense.
Yeah,
Man.
and this isn't like Dylan time difference. Well,
Yeah.
I was in Boise and I was in
I just think this is absolutely. Remember this whole part about like people not feeling well that night.
Yeah.
Remember,
Right.
Yep.
And we've always like, and I think if we actually go back, we need to take a look because I don't trust their little redactions. Okay, fuck these
Agreed.
redactions. If Xana said something like, "I'm just not feeling it," like that's why I really wasn't drinking that much. Like so, like she left and went back
Yep.
to.
Thank you.
Okay. So is it Xana here that just wasn't, feeling that well, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, she went, and then this whole thing starts with, oh, look at Xana's cheating on you. It was a lie about her not feeling well. She really went back to go cheat on you. And is this Erica person a made up account name?
I think it is.
By someone like a Dylan or someone like a different friend, because this is the type of pranking that they play on each other.
Right.
But at the end of the day here, I think it's really significant it's super significant that how come in Bill Thompson's, when we have someone like what's his name, a Holland coming out here and talking, and it's like, Holland, are you listening to this man during the sentencing phase?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
He's over here saying that Xana wasn't feeling well at 11:30. So was Xana lying to her dad? Where was Xana at 11:30 when she made these text messages, or did she call him, or what? Who did what? Where was his phone? Also, did Xana make plans with her dad on the Friday to meet up on Sunday? And who knew about that to then know to disable that? Because we can't have Jeff coming over here.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
somebody had heard that Jeff wanted to come over here. So then we have to like ixnay that in the butt because we can't have Jeff coming over here and ruin
Yep.
what,
There's some real interesting shit that came out after this in around this time. People, the exact same shit.
Yeah. And it's like, if you guys, as investigators, what the hell did y'all do? Because if you have questions as investigators, guess what you're supposed to go do?
Yeah.
You go and get the answer.
Thank
And
you.
you do that by having all you guys. You are the ones with the reason. Like, your fingertips can get all this shit.
No push. Zero
Like,
push.
There should be no questioning about any of this stuff because it's just there, because the evidence is there one way or another. Either it happened or it didn't, and it's there, but you guys refuse to either go get it or
Yep.
you buried it.
And it makes
Right.
there can't be that many shitty. They all can't be shitty investigators. As much as we would like to think
They're
are.
not. They're not.
They were served that shit.
No,
I mean,
they're
it just depends.
What do you mean?
Incompetence breeds incompetency. Like,
Oh,
trust
Well,
me,
yeah.
true.
In
I'm not going to go
department
hire
especially.
somebody if I'm if
Yeah.
I'm a shitty ass person.
Yeah.
If I go and hire cream of the crop people, to like out my shittiness, if I'm
Yeah.
corrupt, I'm gonna go and hire people that I can have one over on them.
Do you really think all these
I'm gonna
putz
hire
bags?
dumbasses.
But they didn't.
Right.
They didn't even ask any type of push question. You think really all these putz
Oh, I'm
asses?
talking about in the beginning. I'm talking about like when you're hiring these people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was just talking about them in general.
Oh, because I'm thinking about like the whole Karen Reed case. Corruption has been alive and breeding since the fucking like
Yeah.
30s, 40s,
Mhm.
50s, 60s, 70s. And guess what people are being hired off of? They have these
Yeah.
biases. They either hate, black people, white people. They hate women. They hate men. They hate gays. They hate whatever. There's all this hate that's being hired, and we're giving them this power to literally take lives, their freedoms away.
Yep.
And we're giving them to people that hate certain people just because they were brought up on hate. Like,
Yeah.
right.
so it's like the Karen Reed case, to me, the biggest thing that everybody should be taking away from it is just like, y'all thought that racism is dead and it's not like that anymore.
No, it's just in different forms.
It's not. It's
still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the way that it's what I think is even worse is just people are covering for the people that are the racists or that are the bigots or that are this or that. You have the people that are even higher up above them.
Yeah. The intertwining is fucking amazing.
Just to make your stupid case. Like,
Yeah.
guess what? So your case gets lost. Like, so you lose your case. Guess what? You people are getting fired.
They're building
that
these
so long
fuckers in
ago,
these frats
maybe?
and shit. I mean,
Like, but it's all
Okay.
the hiring process. So to me, like, I just look at this and I look at Chief Fry, like, put his ass on the chopping block. He ran, that pussy. Chief Fry ran and then ran up out of Moscow and then went and tried to get hired by being an elect in a sheriff's position, right?
Right.
And
Yep.
he fucking lost, and I love it. Fuck that
So
man.
do I. So do I. And he's now a sheriff in Washington, or I mean, a chief in Washington. So it wasn't that he was retiring; he was just moving to get the fuck away from it. Lanier took early retirement. How many other people left this area because they knew that it was a fucked up situation? In my opinion, I absolutely believe that. And I was just looking at this thing again.
And all these people should be fired.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
hope the Gonsalveses take down every single one of them, because even though they're just suing WSU, guys, I promise you this, they're not just suing WSU. They are going to take and they're going to rip it all the way down. Everybody
do.
that had anything to do with the potentiality of covering for anybody in this, that is what they want, accountability. Because could this have been prevented if these people were at any
Yes.
point in time CIs or were approached as being CIs or whatever? Did it give the
Right.
impression that they could have been, why was it these kids? Why not the other house? Why not
yeah.
the other
Yep.
house from that? Like,
right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that if you truly even believe, right, that it's Bryan Kohberger, why did he pick that house?
Yeah.
You know, knowing that the house next to it had a freaking camera.
Yep. And then you look at all this autopsy shit. Yeah. There's no fucking way. Nope.
Well, and real quick, I just found, and I knew there was something. I was looking while you guys were talking. This point right here, in the book, it says that at 24:04, Dylan sees Xana for the last time at Allie's as Xana's holding a White Claw. I wonder.
She's not there. Kennedy did an interview.
Right. That's what I'm
Kennedy was
saying.
Allie's roommate, and Kennedy was like, Xana was never at my house on Saturday night.
Okay, that's what I was pointing out. Because
Yeah,
I remember we talked.
She's extending her life. Like Dylan played the role of, and so and I have question marks around Bethany about it.
Yes.
But it was like the Jennifer Drake case for me. It's you're extending the life of Brian Drake, and to make it seem like the murder happened later.
Yeah.
The murder for him happened later. Same thing here. Dylan is extending the life of. That's why I was like, we never saw them come home. We never saw them come home.
There's no timeline for it,
Because
right?
they were still alive. That means you get what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it.
You want to see they come home.
So basically, that would boil down her weirdness that she, in what you're saying, that she was basically almost scripted this, or no?
Yeah, you mean like
The timeline.
Yeah, I think Dylan's. I don't think Dylan's a dumbass. I think Dylan could have potentially been a CI back in her day in Boise with the feds.
I remember you talking about that before. Yeah.
Yep, that's some information I was given from I think a very reliable source.
Okay.
Or way early on. I'm talking like before there was an arrest.
Yeah. Right.
And and so if Dylan was a CI for the feds in back in Boise,
Holy shit!
that's just interesting.
She knows how to play the game. Basically, if she's already been a CI. She knows how to play the game.
Handler. That means that Dylan has the handler, and that she could be protected that way because it's like, and that can never get out if it gets out that like, oh, the house where we had a CI, 4 people were stabbed to death. Like, come on.
Holy, she's a fucking setup queen.
So when people think like, oh, why would anybody cover for Dylan? It's like they're not covering for Dylan.
Yep.
Covering their own ass.
They're covering their own asses. They're covering the ass. Yes.
Definitely not the church boys. Nope. Not
This is
the
just
church.
a crazy person that decided to kill. You know that.
Oh, exactly.
You want to
all right.
talk about money? You want to talk about lawsuits? I think college kids should be off limits. There should be no dealing with them in any capacity to be your
right
provider of information.
I
They
agree.
go to college. They got into college. Okay, they're smart. They got into college. When we're in college, we make stupid decisions. We do dumb, young stuff, right? But we should never have to be felt like
No.
because we make a mistake and a cop comes to us and says, hey, but guess what? This could ruin your life, but I'm going to give you a chance to get out of it. And then if you do X, Y, and Z, no college kid should ever be approached with that.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. And then, we have to tell your parents, and we have to tell the Greek life. What do you think the kid's going to say? They're like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do whatever. Like that should not happen.
I agree. Let me finish this real fast here over here with Mr. Jeff and move on with this.
Academy should do that, but I really wish I would have drunk and drove, because they would have had a chance, all 4 of them. At this point, I just have to go on. We're gonna go on with everything and make things better in my life, because that's what it's all about. About closure and things. And the part that we miss is Xana influence her smile, the things that she did. And we have the memories left, the great memories. And she just wants us to make more memories and not be sad or upset or shocked or taken for that, And that's what we're going to do. We just have to. That's all I got.
Thank you for your.
That's
You, Hitler.
that's really kind of wild.
I hear that voice. I just have to yell at him. Sorry.
Yeah.
What did Dylan say at the beginning of her speech? She said something like, because remember, she said that she had no feelings and she was behind the glass wall and all that stuff.
Oh my God.
So when we
She's-
actually see what she's saying in those interviews, and
That was
then we
ridiculous.
listen to her what she says, it's like, wow, this is like just so contradictory of what she was saying in those interviews.
fucking crap.
You're talking about what she said in the beginning of her statement here, right?
That's a Minecraft for fucking sure.
And then what she gave in the Aaron Williamson interview.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Logan?
I actually FOIA'd that interview a long time ago. I did it again maybe a month or two ago. So I'm really excited that we actually got the transcript for it.
We only have
there's
a couple pages. Do you think that we can get more now since they put it out?
I don't know. We keep being denied for privacy. And I mean, now that
Right.
it's out, I would think we could get it, but getting stuff from the FBI is impossible. So what I find interesting, there's a couple of interesting things she says on there, but Dylan specifically says, when I went down to Bethany's room, I was laying in her bed and looking out the window. No, ma'am, you were not, because
No.
you can't see out the window in
Them
Bethany's
motherfuckers
room.
ain't looking out the window. You kidding me?
Right. But
I
if
don't
she
look
was
out
in
the window.
If she was in the spare room, she could not only look out the window, she could look out the window and see cars drive by if she's laying in that bed, which I find interesting because of all the stuff surrounding the spare bedroom as well.
That's where Hunter said he found him when he got there, isn't it?
Yep.
Just saying. I mean, I've just never seen so many lies in my life. No.
Jesus, Joey.
And they just ate it up like it was fucking turkey
Yeah.
dinner. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
Yes.
Thanksgiving, served on a platter. Let's just eat.
You got seconds?
Can we still go home for Thanksgiving? guys?
Thank you. Come again.
I want to go back and I want to go through Dylan's statements and see if her statements changed based on what information was released around that time.
That's a good idea.
That
That's
is a good
interesting.
idea.
Because she was, I feel like she was watching the news like a hawk. I bet you if
Yes.
we had her phone and we saw
Yeah.
like her Google searches, I bet you her Google searches were off the chain after
I
that.
bet they were. Yep.
And her attorney as
She was
well was
doing
probably
something.
telling her and feeding her shit, Lana, and saying, "Hey, say this, say that, say this, say that." In my opinion, I
don't
believe
even
that.
need to do that with her. I think she's her own beast. She'll figure that out. She's
I
So
thought
if
she
I'm
had-
gonna say this, and I did say this once before, she's either really Logan told me when she said that, really a huge dingbat, or she's a genius. It's one of the
Yeah.
two.
I-
You can't have them both, but it's one of the two. And I'm gonna, the way I've been seeing things play out now, I'm gonna go with the latter because she knows what she's doing with this. I'm telling you, she knows what she's doing.
I had thought by per department that she was interviewed by is interesting to me on how she changes things up.
well. Don't you think it's interesting how they never want to go talk to like Bethany and be like,
No, she was too fucking blank,
She took every bit of it.
like
Like,
Xanax fucking style.
like you just
But
slept. This girl is just like laying next to you, like
yeah,
on her
no,
phone in the morning, just doing all this stuff.
yeah.
And
Dylan was a story writer for this thing. For
they
some
were
reason.
never.
I
They never
personally think that
slept.
they wanted to talk to Bethany and that she refused. That's what I think.
It makes sense. Well, I think we did.
Why-
we knew that she
yeah.
did refused at one point. So
Well,
yeah,
why didn't Motormouth refuse?
she tried to, according to what Blaker said in the one
Yeah.
interview with Bethany, the first one. He's why did
That was to
why
get
doesn't
her.
your
That was to get.
I
Bethany
answered
all
my own shit.
worried. See if she would like.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, that was a total cop move.
why
But
doesn't your friend want to talk to me?
timing-wise- Yeah, but timing wise too, I realize it probably more than likely was a cop move to get her to, talk or whatever. But
Yeah, makes sense.
timing wise, that was also around the time that they asked her for the jacket and the table back. And then she started getting nervous and wouldn't talk.
What was the date of the asking for the jacket back and the table back? What was the date of that? Do we have a date on that?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
17th, I think.
Something like that.
I think it was the
Jesus, Joey.
17th.
The
How do you
17th
remember this?
December?
This is all I've done for 3 years, Mike.
But
Um,
God damn it, Joey.
Wait,
What'd you say, Lana?
you mean like when they went and asked Dylan back for the jacket? That would have been after the arrest of Bryan.
Right.
Is that, yeah. So we're talking
Oh,
about in
I'm
January.
sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. My apologies. I don't remember that.
Okay. I'll look that up. But I gotta go. I'm gonna be watching Caitlin Clark tonight.
Yes, yes.
Oh
But
yeah,
I, will
think
have
you-
fun. I was gonna say one last round of questions. Do a
Go
topic,
for it.
and we can all hit it.
Let's do it. Let's what?
We got 12 more
for it.
minutes.
Oh fuck.
Throw them out there. Throw them out there. Let's start.
Or
at the
what
top.
does chat have? How about chat? Maybe chat.
Yeah.
chat's-
Anybody got
Yeah,
any
yeah.
questions real quick before Lana leaves us?
No, I think that's
Anybody?
It was December 17th, wasn't it?
I thought the date was the 17th, but I don't know what
I want to
what
say
month
it
it was
is
in.
They asked Dylan for her stuff back on the 17th.
of December.
Bryan wasn't even arrested yet, though.
That was before Brian's name was said too.
Or was it?
Well, according to like
I know what you mean.
his
yeah.
name was obviously said way before that, but
Time to rewrite the timeline.
Well, let's do it this way because the chat's not saying a whole lot. But no, let's go with this from the top up here. Ms. Logan, do you have any last statement, comment, question, or anything for Lana before she leaves? Opinion,
Let me think.
anything?
yeah, what
Let me
do we
think,
got?
let me
Like, I'm
think.
trying to think like okay, here with the autopsies. Let me ask you this.
Wait, I got a question for you first. In the
Okay.
autopsy, what's the thing that stands out or gets your attention the most, or the thing that you question the most? Something about the autopsies.
Okay, so well, it's no secret to you guys because I told you I'm trying to get an interview with the Emmy
Right.
that did the Tepe murders from Columbus because it was all gunshot wounds. And so to really be able to talk about like the difference between like the gunshot wound versus like, you know, something that we're dealing with here, that there were no, I want to be able to eliminate this whole talk about gunshots and it being covered up or something like that. Just to eliminate that completely. So for me, it is about how do you know, if you're going to testify in court, right, to something being consistent, right? A lot of things could be like, yeah, is it consistent with that, you know? So when I ever see the language consistent, that's to me the worst thing that you could ever say. I just want to hear an ME say it. Like you want to be able to give more concrete conclusions versus consistent, right? Because it can be consistent with a lot of things, right? And I really want to ask the ME, like, how adamant would you have been if this is the crime scene that you would have seen, that there's no transfer of like none of these, you're telling me they're both in two separate rooms, right? Two people in each room. And you think that the same person did this in how long of time with one weapon?
Yeah.
Like, what would you have needed to, if they're going to go with that theory, right? Do they come and they bring that theory to you? And do you say, well,
That's fucked.
Like, yeah, it's consistent with that because there was transfer. But if there's not, then would you say that that's not consistent because, you know, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear an Emmy talk about this whole time frame. And it was one weapon, nobody's changing clothes. One weapon, one pair of gloves, your whole outfit, and that there's no transfer in of like the wounds. Like, would you
There's
be
so many
swabbing
different
into
styles of wounds,
You know what I'm trying to say?
slashes,
swab into like Ethan's wounds? Like, would there be a mixture of blood of
trans?
Ethan,
Yeah.
Deanna, and then like Maddie or Kaylee? You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I do. Yeah.
is that like a practice? Would you never? That never happened.
Yeah.
Like, is that
What's standard?
yeah? What's protocol there?
Absolutely.
Or obviously, an Emmy comes out and they're going to tell you how the person died, if it was accidental, if it was homicide, accidental, or like suicide, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so there could be different mechanisms, right? And then there's different causes. So here in this case, when you use the word consistent, it could be consistent with a lot of things, though.
Absolutely.
And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
when you're talking about what would be the best way to say that in this autopsy or all of the autopsies, that there is no way that that weapon made that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say? Like, find me that exception so we
Right.
can hone in on that. And I would want to know the person that it was on. I would want to know do you think they do recreations all the time? Like somebody needs to like 3D recreate, like that's what Scott Roeder does. And it's like, when do you think, I'm not asking for an expert opinion, but like throw me out, when do you think that would have been inflicted on that person? Is it in the beginning of the struggle? Is it towards
when
the
it
end?
started or in the middle or the end? Yeah. Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Got
Like,
to. It's an
Is there
interesting
certain
thought.
things that you could say that which one of these, are there any wounds that, hey, this wound would have taken out, this person would have been able to speak, or this person would have been able to move, or this would have done this to this person? How long would it have taken for them to become incapacitated where they are passing out to the point, they're unconscious? And
So with that being said, at what point would Ann Taylor be cool with, okay, let's just take a plea? If she had seen these autopsy, why?
I think the only thing that makes sense to me is that Ann Taylor had a different plan, and it doesn't mean that it's over. It's She believed that she needed to go a different route.
She was
It didn't
hitting
work at that
Stevie
time.
Ray and
They didn't have a chance.
Yep, totally understand how they held shit back and you never know. There's a mountain of shit.
Yeah. What did you think about my answer there? Like about the autopsy? Like, what do you think about that?
No, I think you're spot on. It's strange that there isn't any transfer inside the wounds themselves.
Exactly.
There should
Yep.
be. If it was one weapon. The thing is, we can see now in the autopsies, there's multiple weapons. They make different wounds. Also, they should be able to tell us. I know they can't tell us like what wound happened first, what wound happened last, but they can tell us which wound intersected with what other wound and things like that, and tell which one of those came first and second.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And like, what type of stretching did it cause? Like, when you talk about like the stretching of the skin,
Yes.
Yeah. In
like,
this,
like and I'm not trying to be graphic here, but okay, like if you were to like go, if I'm to stab like this way, okay, right? If I go like this and I drag down, okay, versus like if someone's gonna stab, nobody really like stabs and like that it's like an up thing. You know what I mean? Like it's usually like a down.
Yeah.
Is there a way to tell like how somebody would have been holding the knife? Are we
exactly.
talking about a right-handed or a left-handed?
Exactly.
Yes,
I think
there is.
so. Yeah.
There is.
there
There
is,
absolutely is. I know from my experience in EMS and working in that field and so on and so forth for years and years and years and years. I've worked alongside coroners and people on scenes that have said, hey, this looks like this was done with this or that. You can absolutely tell by looking at certain injuries in some aspects, the type of weapon that was used, how like right-handed, left-handed movements towards the, when they slice the person. I'll just say somebody cut somebody's throat. You can tell left or right-handed the way they do it, the way they come in at it, if they're standing in front of them, behind them, all of that. You can absolutely, and it's in some of this. And I was talking about this the other day. So yeah, absolutely.
You want to know what I wish? If this was one knife, don't you think it would have broke at some point in time in this, huh? Someplace, maybe?
I mean, I'm sure. It definitely wasn't, though.
It could have, but here's the thing: with each stab wound, that knife is getting less and less sharp.
Sharp.
So
Yeah.
the wounds are going to start looking
Tearing.
different. And
Different.
That's not
Tearing.
tearing rather than.
They will tear.
Here's
That
the
is
thing: in the autopsies, it tells you what direction the wound was made. So it'll tell you 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that means up and then down.
right.
So with when I was talking to Roeder, using a couple of the pictures that were in Xana's, or not Xana's room, but in Maddie and Kaylee's room where they were, he's like, that looks like it was a left-handed person with the wall, basically where Kaylee would have been. And you know how they said that they got on top of Kaylee, basically that's left-handed person because of what's coming off onto the wall.
Yeah, because of the way it spatters this way. Right, exactly.
And so, but then again, like this was him seeing, not like, that's why I hate bringing it up, because I'm like, he didn't get to see it all, but he did say this, and it's so true. He's like, whoever did this was so cool, calm, and collected to the point, like there was no rush here. There's no somebody sliding around, like even like these droplets. Look at they're not. This person knew that they had time.
Secured scene.
And I'm just like,
Yes.
yeah, like
Planned out.
7 minutes. Like
There's another part in the autopsy that will tell you how much, not exactly how much time, but that it took way more than people think. And I'm going to discuss it on my Monday show. So
Oh,
Right.
cool.
People
I'll tune in. What
tune
time
into
do
that.
you go live on Monday?
Monday's 5:30 Chicago time.
So you're like 1 hour behind.
Always.
You're central.
Central.
Yeah.
1 hour behind.
6:30,
By the
right?
way, I just noticed something. Did you get some of our Ohio sunburn, Miss Oriani?
I was playing golf yesterday. I got a little sun.
Oh shit!
I
What'd you
seen you
shoot?
do the thing with the shirt. I'm like, I do that every time I
Oh
get burnt.
shit! Are you really
but
doing that?
It wasn't here. I was, yeah, no.
Aren't you
Not
doing
burnt like
some?
on my body.
Oh,
You're doing some
okay.
filming and golf
And
shit,
I'm
ain't you?
like, titties. I gotta just like.
Oh,
ooh,
hey,
titties.
hey, it is what it is. It is. what
Aren't you
it
filming
is.
content? Right? You're filming content, right?
Yeah,
on
right
that?
now, I'm just making an intro right here.
Yeah.
Titties.
So what? What are you doing with that exactly?
No, I'm messing with you.
No. You put a post out the other day, right? That you're going to start filming content with the golf stuff.
Oh, on the golf course. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a weekly live that's for my members to talk true crime while we're on
Yeah.
the golf course. Yeah,
When I
That
saw
is
that.
bad. That's awesome. I'd watch it. I miss
Yeah.
golfing. I need to start golfing again.
I played
Yeah, then-
3 days a week for a couple of years there for a minute.
I can just talk shit about my golf ball, talk
Yeah.
shit about the billboard. Yeah, billboard. We need to find Molly. Okay.
Right.
Put a
Right.
billboard out there. And can you just, I think I just want to do it just for the fact is to say, like, I'm friends with Bill Thompson. I'm friends with Molly. Like, you know what I mean?
We should
Friends
do a
with Bill
GoFundMe to
Thompson,
find
everything
Molly to
Molly.
get to Atlanta. Right. Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
Molly and
$1,000 reward if you
Yeah.
can get me Molly, and then $1,000 if you can get her to come on my show. Like, period.
Amen.
Please, like, come on, Molly. Like, just fucking talk.
Thank
Like,
you. Yeah.
Molly, we know that you didn't kill nobody. Okay.
Let's tell
you
the
just-
lies. Tell
You
the
were
truth.
roughed up by the feds.
Thank
I
you.
can't say the address. Let me get my flashlight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold the fuck on. She could
Well-
see shit with that.
Well, thank you guys so much for
Yes.
having me. Thank you,
Appreciate
chat.
you.
Chat,
Thank
you guys
you.
rock.
Take
Logan, you're awesome. And if I get that ME on, if you want to come on, I'd love to have you on with the ME.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let me know.
I think
I
it would
wanna-
be
I want to throw something at you too, real
I
fast, before you
appreciate
leave.
the work that you put into. I know that you made all the different diagrams, right? Because I think I just saw two, but I had to I was going quickly. But you did all
made-
four.
I made photos for each and every wound for each
Yep.
victim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Google Drive.
I'm
She
gonna go-
is.
I want to share that with people, so I'm gonna just tell them what's the name of the episode.
She put them in a drive.
I have it on the Google Drive, and I made a post on my community post
Okay, so
with
just
the
share
link.
that one.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'll just do that then.
Now, real quick before you leave here, I want to get together and do another one of these roundtable things we did, like we did before. Okay,
Mhm.
with all of us together.
Yeah.
Of course, I want you in there. I want you to do it. Whether you do it, I do it, whoever does it. Like you had mentioned, doing it again, somebody else's channel,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever you want to do. I want to do it soon. So,
Yeah, with
I'm
all
just-
this new stuff, I think it's
I'm
Yeah.
clocking you saying that you're down for it now. So, whenever we can do it, we'll put it together. You're good for it too, like you said.
yeah. Like I would love to do like a dual night where it's like a back-to-back nights of like
That'd be
2
dope.
hours, and that way it's like a
Mhm.
4-hour show.
Yeah.
That way it could be.
And we can get us all in there, every one of us. You know, I think 100%.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it will hold that it's like watching like a show on television. That way it's like, oh yeah, here we have like the Monday, Tuesday. It's like boom, boom.
Next
something
part,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, I'm
Okay,
down.
cool.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
I'm down too. Thank you guys again
Yes.
so much. I
We
mean,
love you. Appreciate you, and I will
Oh
talk to you
yeah,
soon.
and I am writing a book, so don't worry.
Hey,
Woo,
rock
woo.
out with your cock out.
Let's fucking
Yeah.
do it.
Yes,
Ciao,
yes.
guys. I'll see you guys in
Yeah.
the next one.
I got a
Take care.
spot
Thanks
right
for
there.
having me.
You see it, Lana? Right there. Oh, she's gone. Okay.
Oh yeah, live on air. I got you. I see you.
All right. Yes, yes. All right, hon. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
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 She's awesome. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Ms. Atlanta, for joining us. Surprise, surprise. We didn't have Kim tonight, unfortunately. Lena helped fill that space just a little bit. Not that we could fill Miss Kim's spot with anything other than Miss Kim, but it was nice to have Lena join us. Thank you again. A little bit of Idaho 4 talk there. We're going to move into the
Autopsy.
the most insane stuff thus far that we've been talking about mostly, and that's the autopsy information. And then, of course, we are lucky enough to have Ms. Logan here with us
Yeah.
tonight that's going to be able to lead that for us because of all the information that we have now. The diagram she's put together for us so kindly. You have no idea how grateful I am, guys. Again, we were talking about this ourselves before the show.
Yeah.
You
10 hours,
cannot.
was it?
I something like that, but that's why we were a little bit late coming in here because I can't shut up. And we were waiting for Lana to join us too. But you cannot understand in some facet, even people that have medical background, myself, Logan, other people that I've talked to that has a medical background that does understand some of this. There's so much of it, and there's so much of it that, like terminology, Logan and I were saying with each other, like, I don't even know what some of these terms are, and I was doing this kind of stuff. So to not have a photograph to look at, or to not have a diagram or a depiction of some sort to go along with this, it makes it almost damn near impossible. Logan did above and beyond an amazing job on this, you guys. I'm beyond grateful to her, and I'm going to keep floating her ego as much as I can with this because she deserves it for this, guys. I'm telling you. She's the only one that did this and did it to the extent that she did. So please, please, I'm asking all of you, make sure that you guys, if you're not subscribed to Bronx Tales True Crime, make sure you are. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share it out because everybody needs to see these things. And she is very graciously sharing what she does with the whole community, folks. So thank you again, Logan, for doing what you've done. And I'm sure there'll be more to come with other things because you do these amazing things. So thank you so much. That being said, I'm going to turn that over to you to kick off this autopsy stuff because I got to go to the little boy's room. I drank way too much coffee, like you said earlier, way too fast. So,
Reggie.
I want to say thanks to Adriana for a PayPal donation, as well as Lana just sent a super chat thanking us as well. So thank you so much.
Did I miss it? Where? Let me see it.
It's on Logan's side.
It should have came up. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. I got you. Thank you. And thank you, Moonville. I don't know why I can't see any of this stuff the right way. Oh, maybe because I'm not in there. Sorry. I was getting ready to go to the body. There it is. I see it. Thank you, Lana. And Moonvale, thank you. Jesus, all I got to do is click this button right here. Yeah, I'm here, guys. Fast. I promise. Moonvale's dropping stuff left and right. Thank you to that. Lana's dropping it. Moonvale again. Lana again. Moonvale again. Britt, thank you. Gen 7. Britt again. Miss Carol, member for 8 months. Is that over there with you, Miss Logan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats to you.
Yes.
Tell the truth. That's my thing, too. Yes, tell the truth. And, of course,
the puppy.
The beautiful Miss Bianca dropping $5 for the FOIA fund with the Bronx Tales. Thank you, Hoffy. Miss Britt, again, thank you. Moonville, congrats and happy anniversary for 5 months. That's amazing. Carol B, $4.99. Thank you so much. Again, Jen, thank you for the memberships you dropped. Moonville, same to you. Just catching all these up, bro, guys, because I'm going to not have time at the end. Thank you, 2BCYT. Miss Kylie, thank you for that one as well. Of course, our Miss Kim with Typically Unique. Sending my love. Awesome discussion. We miss you, Miss Kim. And thank you so much for that. Looks like AI Neighborhood dropped 1122. Love it, love it. Thank you for that. Pine Norman, thank you, dear, for that. Ms. Vanessa, thank you. Foya, thank you all for your hard work and time. Thank you. Gen 7 dropping it for the whole panel. Thank you, Miss Jen. We love you. We appreciate you. Michelle F as well. Thank you for that new membership there. I can't tell who got it, but congrats and welcome to the sauce and the family. There's again, Miss Jen dropping it. Foya fun. And we got to get Bronxy his treats as well, guys.
Oh, you cannot forget him.
Prime Tourist, thank you for that one. And of course, back to the beginning, Moto dropping 20. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. We do love you guys so very much and appreciate you. Thank you, G Bean. Miss Denise, thank you very much. And yes, Miss Logan is awesome. Moonville, again, if I missed that one, thank you. You guys are all so amazing and we appreciate you very much. So I'm going to pee on myself. Logan, take the trait and I'll be right back, guys.
All right. And then as soon as Dago gets back, I got to refill my coffee. But what I do want to start with on the autopsies is I want to make sure that everybody knows with Kaylee and Maddie specifically, how much time was taken on them to give them superficial wounds all over their face. There was a lot of time spent on that. There was a lot of thought put into that. There was a lot of time. And it makes me think that that's what their motive was. It was towards them, and it was to give them some sort of payback for something,
You know what
whether
I
it's
think?
just jealousy. What?
The biggest bullshit is the princess pose. All those fucking wounds were not done in that position them girls were found in.
No. And actually, Kaylee's lividity. Lividity is where your blood settles after
Yep.
you die, and it'll settle closest to the ground, whichever way you're laying or whatever. And Kaylee's lividity was completely all down her back. So that means she died and was left on her back for a certain amount of time. And then her body was moved into the princess pose because her lividity is not on her side or whatever way she was laying, cuddling next to Maddie. So she was unalived and she was on her back, and then
Yeah.
she was moved.
And that's exactly why I sent that like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is quite
You're
interesting.
absolutely right. But yeah, there are so many superficial wounds. And what I mean by that is think of how sharp these weapons were. So for somebody to make wounds, especially, Kaylee has a bunch of poking marks on her face here. To make wounds like that, you're not putting in very much pressure because those weapons were sharp. So for them to be superficial, so they're not very deep, but just enough to bleed. You're purposely doing that with not very much pressure. You're purposely trying to destroy their faces. And there's a lot of time put into that.
Like some Dexter shit trying to take a blood sample.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure people do understand that this was not somebody coming in and quickly trying to unalive all these people, because there's a lot of wounds that show that they were taking their time, and their goal was not to unalive at first. Their goal was to torture at least 2 of them first. And there's some other stuff with that. We're going to talk about it on Monday on my show because it's important. And it just shows that there was even more time than we thought taken. So stay tuned on Monday.
And then too, like some of these locations of these wounds and the position where these kids were found, like it just seems impossible. I don't know.
Sorry about
They
that.
definitely weren't
Would not
sleeping.
hold it anymore.
Oh, you gotta go
where
fill
we
your
at?
coffee. She's got to go fill her coffee.
I was just explaining that all of the superficial wounds all over Kaylee and Maddie's face and how much time and effort that would take. If you're thinking of somebody with super sharp weapons to make all those superficial wounds on Kaylee and Maddie's faces, they're not putting in very much pressure with that knife. They're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, right. It like, in my opinion, like just the tip of the knife portion was used. There was preciseness done. And again, does that go back to the experimental post-mortem injuries that were caused on purpose at that point, so on and so forth? That's time consuming too, folks. And I had said before, I feel like they were tortured for a period of time.
Yep.
They were. Absolutely.
I mean, truly and honestly, okay? It wasn't just a bing, bang, boom, and out the door they went. There was a lot of premeditation in this. Whether it was right away or whether it was at the point of the crime being committed and it went too far at some point, and then at that point they premeditated the ideals that they had to do what they did, in my opinion. Like, they thought about it, okay? It just wasn't a bing, like, let's just do this now. They thought about what they were going to do. They took time to do this with these like, with, oh my God, what Logan's talking about. Sorry, I almost called you Lana. But yeah,
I think that's why Dylan's so weird. She was the setup queen for this. And then whoever that she was, I'm not going to go there. But anyways, and then once they came in, shit got weird. And then she got pushed into part of this. What was talked about that one bedroom that shit went on in there. I feel like some of these kids were, put in there or whatever at some point in time. I don't know.
Okay. Moonflower says, Dago, does Logan think the X's that were carved on them could be a signature, meaning like X equals Chi in Greek?
I think it's possible. I think it's possible on Kaylee and Maddie. I think Xana and Ethan's wounds were not carvings of any sort, especially Ethan's.
Right.
His wounds, every single one of them, was to either incapacitate or kill. There was nothing with Ethan of torture or trying to give him superficial wounds to make him look bad. No, Ethan was to get out of the way. We need you gone immediately. So the slashing to Ethan was just it's deep, it's slashing, it's hurry up and get him out of the way. His was not a carving.
They had to shut him down because he was the only thing that could have shut them down. If they, he's the only danger that they faced in that situation, and they're probably in their minds that he's a big dude. He could stop this. Okay, he could take us on here at this point. So that I agree with that fully. Altruistic, welcome, and altruistic asked Dago, is the princess pose a fact? That's a good question. We were told, I'm trying to remember where we got that information, which newly faceted person that came out, that they were found posed when they were staged in the princess pose. It was either Whitcomb or Turvey, one of the two or both. I don't know if it's a fact or not. All I know is that that's what we were told, and it came from one of them. Yeah. So
Turvey's an expert. They were sleeping in bed. They were sleeping and attacked.
So Turvey's an expert in crime scene staging. So I'm going to guess if he says something like that, it's something we probably should look at the very least. I don't know though. So yeah. Welcome, Ro. I don't know. Any thoughts on that, Logan? Do you think that's true, false, maybe, possibly, whatever?
Yeah, I don't know if it's really like a princess pose, but I do believe that Kaylee was posed after death for sure. And they were posed to look like they were cuddling, supposedly. I absolutely believe that. Yes.
I agree with you.
We know that several different people have said Kaylee was in several different positions, but to me, all it says is she clearly wasn't in the position that she died in because of her lividity.
Right. She was definitely moved.
She was moved. Absolutely.
And it's interesting because it took us back to something that the Gonsalves or Christy herself stated. I can't remember which one, or if it was both, that Kaylee was found sitting up in the corner in the bed. That was told to us a long time back. And now we're getting this. And you can look at the pillow where Kaylee was laying at and notice that she was moved. Okay. You can definitely see that.
And let's say if she was in the corner and she was sleeping, why'd they have to smash her face like that?
I don't know why they did any of it, Mike. That's the thing I have questions about, truly. And her teeth, Karen, from my understanding, her teeth there's nothing about where her teeth were found. My guess would be in her stomach, more than likely.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, trigger warning, but that's my guess. Miss Joanne, thank you for the time and effort dedicated to those very difficult photos. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that, Joanne.
Thank you.
Excellent point Mikey makes. Thank you, G Bean. Yes, I agree.
Kaylee also has a wound. It's a very large bruise and abrasion on her back, and it's the only thing on her back that she has. To me, that says, because we also know she does not have defensive wounds. To me, that says
3 of them.
Well, they're up here,
right?
So I think Holland on her hand.
Right. I think that's something we have to take into account before you guys go crazy with it. Does that make sense to anybody else in here? I'm glad you said that too, Logan. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I really am. Kaylee had, according to Chris Holland, 3 defensive wounds. 3. Okay.
But they're up here, so they're not really defensive wounds. But if I can tell you what I think, it will explain not having defensive wounds. So she's got this big bruise and abrasion on her back. I believe Kaylee was hit in the face and then fell backwards to the floor, and she hit her back on the floor, and she was knocked out after that. And that's why she doesn't have defensive wounds, and that's why she has a big bruise on her back.
Maybe she hit the pong table.
That would make a lot of sense. So at that point, do you think she was drug up the stairs possibly with the abrasion itself? Because an abrasion is kind of like a drag. If you're not familiar with what an abrasion would be, it's like a scratch, like a massive scrape or scrape. It doesn't have to be massive. I'm just saying that would drag. So I'm wondering if she was drug up the stairs like that, which I don't want to think about, but I'm just saying
I think
It's
it has to be
very
something
possible.
different.
it would make sense.
And that could be
Absolutely.
like where her back was hitting each stair as it was coming up in the same place. It's possible. I'm going to refill my coffee real quick.
Yes, go for it. Go for it. And I have that video ready to go whenever you want.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's something I'm thinking. Like, if she was maybe knocked out on the second floor, that
Yep.
they very likely, instead of carrying her, could have just drug her up the stairs. I
Like,
hate to say this again. It's so
it's definitely probably where she was knocked out when she came down the stairs.
agreed.
That's where all
Agreed.
the effery started.
Thank you, Miss Mandy. Such an amazing panel of truth seekers, Lena, Logan, Dago, Kim, and the last 24. Thank you all, and thank you, Mandy. We appreciate you very much. I wonder,
What's your biggest
are you
wow
taking
out
off,
of the
Moonville?
out of the
Thank you
autopsy
so much,
stuff?
Moonville. Sorry, Mike. 1 second. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh, what's your biggest wow out of the autopsy stuff?
Honestly, the fact that we got it. That's my
Yeah,
biggest
that
wow.
is for real.
I did not expect it.
Out of all things.
It's kind of funny because I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but when we don't get the things that we think we should be getting, we bitch and complain, scream and yell about it. And it seems like in a lot of senses, when we do that, we end up getting those things. It's weird.
You know what's something? So let's go to the Whitcomb book and then Turvey. Now we're getting the autopsy stuff. You know where I'm going and what we've talked about?
Yeah.
What we feel is coming up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Is it the lead up?
I believe it is.
Like
I do believe it is.
Let out evidence, but who would let out the evidence?
Whistleblowers that are over this bullshit, that want to see the truth come out, that want to see some actuality and real justice with this. That's my opinion, and I think it's coming.
That's interesting.
I think it's coming. I think this. I said when this first started with Chris Whitcomb, I said I think Whitcomb is the door into the rest of what's coming down the road, and I said I think it's coming, you guys. And I said, if you remember, I said if you're standing by that fan, you might want to move because the shit's about to hit it. I think, and I think it's coming. I really do.
This would definitely be a key piece to help move it.
Yes. It could be many of things is the reason why they dropped it, but I'm not saying that Whitcomb is the be all end all, the truth to things, but I think that the timing is very interesting. And then with Turvey and then Holland and all this other stuff that's rolling out like the way it is. And again, everybody has their own feelings about who's saying what and when they're saying it. And I agree with that. I'm not saying I believe everything that they're saying. Okay. I just feel like it's a timing thing. And I think it's all being rolled out at a certain time for a reason.
I can agree.
That is my opinion for sure. So, and we're going to jump more into this once Miss Logan comes back from filling her coffee again. She's going through more than I am. Where are we at here? There she is, speaking of.
Here's another thing, too, regarding a lot of the wounds. We know that Kaylee and Maddie had large amounts of torture type, just trying to mess up their faces. But here's what's weird to me. So someone took the time, or people took the time to do that, and then afterwards covered them with a blanket.
Yeah.
And that's so strange now. And it gives me the creeps because it's like, okay, now I feel better because I got to take away your beauty and I got to get all of my anger at you out. Now I'm going to take care of you. Oh, it's so creepy.
Everybody but Xana, though. That's the thing that weirds me out is that they did it with Ethan, Maddie, Kaylee, but not with Xana. So
I think they were
because
the last
they were
ones.
mad at Xana for fighting back.
They were the unplanned ones.
I also don't think that Xana stood a chance with a male with a sharp weapon. I think she was fighting a female with a sharp weapon.
100%.
I agree with
especially
that
at 0.229 blood alcohol content. And she was putting up that much of a fight.
Yes. fully and
If it was,
truly.
if it was a
rowdy.
male, she wouldn't have stood a chance.
Yeah. Why didn't she have any facial bashing, huh? A male, that would be the first thing you would want to go for, is just hit her in the face, right?
And also, we now know by the looks of the wounds that the blunt force object was surely not the butt end of a knife, not a
Negative.
K-bar.
By
either.
no means whatsoever. I believe it was either something heavy duty, or they took full control of her and used her face to slam into things. Is what I believe absolutely happened at this point.
It would
Sorry,
be
I didn't mean
interesting
to
what
cut you off, Logan.
No, you're
what
fine.
it would take to actually get like a striking force to get those type wounds.
Listen, you guys, her teeth were split in half. Okay, not only were they knocked out, but there were teeth in her mouth that were split in half. Okay, the amount of force that needs to be done to do something like that, teeth are one of the hardest things in our body. Understand that, especially at her age. When you get older, maybe they soften up, but at her age, your teeth are hard. Bones are not soft. Okay, so to get them to split in half, there was some serious ass pressure with that. There was a lot of force behind it. Her retainer had been displaced, and they found on her tongue. She had bit her tongue in multiple places, I believe. There was some serious ass force behind that. And I'm Moto Man, I can't get out of my head. It was either the floor, somebody had her by her hair, which gives you, if you're standing above somebody and you take especially somebody with long hair, you have full control of that situation right there and their body at that point, especially their head.
Yeah.
And can you imagine the amount of force you can put behind that to do what you're doing?
You could slam them right there on that half wall. Right
Or
on
the
that
stairs.
wood.
The stairs. You know what I mean? Any of that. So I'm done. I'm not gonna ramble about it,
I'm
but
done
those are
too.
my opinions. Sorry.
I want to show you. I'm going to share my screen. I want to show you a blunt force object wound to Kaylee's top of her head, and I want to show you what it looks like. And it very much looks like either the butt of a gun or possibly even a. Shoot, hold on. Let me move it
No
over.
problem. While you do that, I'll do this real
Trigger
quick.
warning. This
The butt
video
of-
includes sensitive and violent content that may not be suitable for all viewers. This video is for 18 plus only.
Sorry, just in case.
Or even possibly like a golf club or something, but it's very specific looking.
It's triangular, isn't it?
No, it's circular.
Well, it's well,
There was again multiple weapons, and
There at least 5, or there was 5.
yeah, I agree with that. Full.
So this is wound number 1, this is wound number 2, and this is wound number 3. And look at that on the top of her head. That looks like she was
That's
struck
perfect.
in the top of a head with a butt of a gun or something.
It
an
does.
iron, a golf club iron.
Yeah, that's
Like if you're-
perfect. It's a perfect horseshoe.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm curious now. What the hell could that have been? The butt of a gun is absolutely the handle on the bottom of a handle. It does have the rounded ass
Yep.
point. If you come down with it like that, yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you're like, say, even if you're like holding onto the barrel and you just want to swing the
That's what
the
I'm
other
saying.
end of it.
You hold the barrel and you come
Yeah.
down with the handle on top of somebody's head. Absolutely, that does line up.
Yep.
And it also could be a golf club.
Yeah,
and
it could be.
a couple different things. I'd like to see something else that would match that too.
Now Xana had a really, really strange puncture wound that was not done with a knife.
Oh, that
Let me
circle.
find that.
That
and
circle
I
was
think-
interesting.
Yeah, the circle. I think that was done with. I think what happened is there was a golf club involved, and I think it broke, and
That's
she
what I-
was
yep.
poked with the broken part of the golf club.
Almost 4 years ago, I did an entire show on. You remember that, Mike? Because when
Yep.
they told us the golf clubs were removed, I said, "Hold on,"
Yeah,
because
there was a
Steve
whole
even-
bag with
Yeah.
nothing.
Right. And Steve even said that these were puncture type gouges. They weren't regular stab wounds. And I said, when you break a golf club, it becomes a sharp object immediately because of the metal being,
Mhm.
broken in half, and it causes that's a weapon instantly. So imagine stabbing somebody with a that type of a thing. It's going to leave a gouge, not a regular stabbing wound or mark like that. So yes, absolutely.
But we have to look at around the
Right.
thing.
Around the injury.
It's a square abrasion. It's almost like a
Mm.
burn.
What the
It
jerk?
is too.
Isn't that strange? There's another mark on, I want to say Kaylee or somebody that could possibly be a burn as well. And it makes me think of what Bethany says she saw. And I'm thinking maybe it's like a torch or something.
Oh wow. What gets okay, so yeah, let's think of like a branding. That's what I was trying to think of, Britt.
Mhm.
Some kind of an object that would cause a branding, but then
Well,
it created a puncture hole as well.
Right. So what would cause scrapes in a square, but also put a hole in somebody's skin? And that hole is, I think, a 1/2 inch deep.
So
Jesus Christmas.
about that deep by 1/8 of an inch. So yeah, okay. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of what the hell would do that. Because that square looks perfect. It's a rectangle. It's like a perfect rectangle.
Yep.
So, well, okay, let me ask this question. Could that be somebody doing that to her, or did she get thrown into something and it caused that?
I thought of that too. Yeah.
But
Now it
what
makes me
is-
want to like look around the room and see what's in there that she could
Yeah.
have fell on or.
it had to be.
Well, that's interesting. Moto said the hot barrel of a gun.
That's what I was thinking originally.
But the whole rectangle, I don't know if that would fit.
I'm trying to figure out how it got that hot.
Well, from shooting, but
I mean, that's a lot of fucking shots, Joey.
it would be. It would be. I agree. It would have to be really hot to do that. And here's the thing: it wouldn't leave that big of a rectangle. It would just leave a
No.
little square around that circle, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hit that angle to a point. Did they heat it up and just? It didn't make sense to me.
I think she was thrown into something,
I think that's possible.
or slammed down into something that. But now I'm with you. I want to look around her room and see
I mean,
what that could have
anything's-
been in her
anything's
room.
possible. We got fucking closet doors that are taken off and shit.
That's wild. I didn't see that one before. Thanks, Moto. Appreciate you, bro.
That's a good one.
Very interesting, Logan.
Thanks
you're
for
good,
that.
Angel. Don't worry about it, Angel.
You know what is actually really interesting is the two wounds to both Kaylee and Maddie's necks that are identical to each other. The edges of the wounds are irregular. So that either means
Serrated.
it was a serrated knife.
Mhm.
It means it could also mean that it was like start, stop, start, stop, start, stop.
Yeah. Do you
It
have
was very slow, and it's also it wasn't done to kill. That was done to torture because it's
you
not
have
as
the pictures
deep
of
as
those
you'd
ones?
I do. They are very graphic.
That's okay. We got trigger warning after trigger warning. Guys, I'm telling you one more time. One more trigger warning, please. If you are queasy, if you're not interested in this kind of stuff, you don't want to see it, you're more than welcome to step out just for a matter of a few seconds or a minute or two. Nobody's going to judge you by any means because not everybody can handle this stuff, and it's truly understood. Thank you, Bianca. And Miss Bubbles, thank you. Both of you guys are awesome. So thank you, and truly and honestly, but this is the true crime community, folks, and to understand what has gone on here, I say this all the time, to know how severe this was and how bad it is, I think these things need to be seen to some extent. So,
I forgot something. I gotta get it. Oh no.
you ready to go, Logan? Is it all right to pull it up?
Yep.
Okay.
Trigger warning, please.
Yes, these are fairly severe, folks. Yoicks.
Yeah.
Wow, this really did an amazing job with this, Logan. God. So those are, oh, wow, they are jagged. It's not just clean cut.
And it's not as deep as you would expect to be if you're trying to kill somebody that way.
They weren't trying to kill, I don't think.
No.
That is absolute like torture.
Yes.
And the weirdest thing with these guys, I still can't get past it, is the drawings on Dylan's walls. I can't get past that. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And there is, again, is the tongue punctures and what the retainer did, the teeth, so on and so forth within the gum area. Yoy. So bad. These poor kids.
It's funny because, well, it's not funny, but there's actually a retainer on her tongue in this picture.
Yeah.
These are not real. These are not the actual victim. These were created from work software that I have and other AI softwares. So.
Curvilinear incised wounds. And Maddie and Kaylee both had these identically, guys. That's the thing. Identically. So whoever did this stood and took the time to torturously do this, okay? And at this point, if this depth is correct, they didn't cut into the jugular at this point. They just stayed within the first epidermis. Oh my God, the skin, the levels of skin there, and they did not go that deep. And to do that, think about something. To do that, you have to know somewhat of what you're doing, because you can't just. You can only be applying certain amounts of pressure. You have to be very careful that you don't cut the jugular vein, if that's the point right there.
You surely have to watch the amount of pressure you're putting, and you really have to pull back on that pressure and not do it very hard to get wounds like this that are just to torture or just to make them look bad instead of killing them.
100%. And that's what I believe it may have been, was, distortion of the face, the neck, I'm going to make you ugly type situation. So, yeah.
Well, look at these. Let me switch the picture real quick. Look at these on Kaylee's face. And these are what is so strange to me. So strange.
These are so amazing, Logan. Truly and honestly, I'm so grateful to you. And I'm not saying that because I think they're pretty pictures, folks. I'm saying it because it shows us exactly what we wouldn't have never saw.
It's impactful, and people need to see this. Just reading words is not going to give you a mental picture of what was done and piss you off like it should.
No, you won't understand the level of how bad it was. Fully.
Right. These are so strange.
Those look like, to me, can you make that bigger, Logan? Just a little bit bigger if you can. I blew it up, but it doesn't seem to be big enough. Those almost look like tiny puncture, and like they were like something was like punctured the skin and then drug a little bit, and there's some pressure behind it because of the bruising.
Right. It's some sort of weapon. Weird. I think she was hit in the face with here. I just don't know.
That would make sense. Yeah. But the tiny little puncture holes is what's getting me.
Yeah.
Unless her face was slammed into something on that point there again. And whatever her face was slammed into, that pattern was what caused that, possibly.
Right.
My God, the rage behind some of this is insane to me, you guys. It really is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To do something like this, again, that almost reminds me of I'm going to make you ugly. You know what I'm saying? We're going to ruin your face. Again.
This one shows you what direction it came down on.
Right. You see the arrows pointing inward.
It's almost like they were behind.
Like it came and yeah, right. Good point.
Yeah, these are spot on, I tell you.
Yeah, these are amazing. Probably better than what we would have got if we would have got them. You know what I'm saying?
I just like to remind people that in a real situation, the facial structure would be swollen and destroyed and broken. You're not going to get a wound like this, but still have a regular looking face. So
no, you would have. The orbital bones would have been fractured and puffed out. The eye probably would have been swollen at that point. So, yeah.
Which, in saying that, it would be much more telling for the actual person that,
What do you...
Mabbit, the coroner that looked at these. it would be for them to tell, like, was this maybe a serrated edge, or was this like what Logan was saying, start, stop?
I'm so angry at law enforcement and the coroner that they led us to believe that this was a one-off, really quick spree killer that was trying to run in and unalive everybody as fast as they can.
Right.
No, it was not. This was people with jealous rage, some sort of resentment, some sort of motive, and they took their time.
You
know what that almost reminds me of, Logan?
A golf cleat.
Yeah, it kind of does remind me of a golf cleat, the metal ones. Also, like a wire brush that you'd use to scrub a grill.
I thought of the golf cleat because I thought of the lacrosse stick as well.
Yeah, right.
But also, Bethany has cleats in her room. I don't necessarily know if they were used or not, but I know she has a pair of Nike cleats in her room.
Did you notice that they were plastic or metal tips on them?
I didn't notice.
And that's a thing too. Like nowadays, like metal is very few and far between, but still.
Yeah, they connect. That's the point that I was making because of that. That's why I was wondering.
Enough,
Right.
Because does that say depth? There's no depth on those, right? It's just a braze in there or something.
It says cluster of at least 5 stab wounds ranging from a 1/4 to 1 inch in length and an 1/8 to 3/16 inch in width. Wait, does it not say?
You never know.
It shows it underneath. Hemorrhagic wound tracks, coverage involving the skin. So on and so forth. Okay, I got you, Tomboy. I will as soon as we're done with this. That is.
I mean, it goes all the way into the. It looks like the puncture part here actually goes deep, like into the.
They look deep. Yeah, they look deep.
It goes into the sinuses.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to.
Yeah, right there. That's specifically like right here on the outside, this side here. I think if I can get. No, I can't. You can't see it. The ones that are under the eye.
We can see
your sinus passages run all up around through here. So yeah, 100%. Now there's a bone right there. The occipital bone rolls right around that area there. So,
or you mean the orbital?
Or the orbital, not occipital. Jesus, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. Same starts with the same letter. You knew what I meant.
I did.
Interesting. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me check something back here. Oh, yikes! That's interesting.
Oops.
Can you guys see that?
Negative.
No, I guess not. Hold on. Let me flip it over this way and then see if I can show it to you real quick. Oh, hold on. It should allow me to do it. 1 minute.
Oh my God.
I've never seen anything like this before, so I have no idea what this is. No idea what that is.
But you know what that would do? It would also make you not leave any footprints either.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we used to use these things. So when we would spray texture on pool decks, you'd have to wear these cleats. Oh wow, they will definitely make you figure out if you skipped leg day or not.
Yeah,
you walk on these things. Oof.
I've never seen a golfer wear slides before, so I didn't know.
No.
These are like floor cleats or floor shoes or whatever.
That's some weird shit.
Flooring cleats. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Thank you, Tomboy. I've never seen anything like that before.
It's
wild. Very wild.
Explain the high knees walking for sure.
You know, in my it was yesterday's episode, I also put together a slideshow that shows what weapon made what wound on what victim. So it would show like all of Ethan's wounds were made from the same weapon except for one. All of the sharp wounds on Kaylee were pretty much made on one side, and all of the sharp square wounds were made on the other side.
How about we pull these
Right.
up? You guys got time? Because that's kind of interesting. Because
I have all night.
I wonder, why would there be one different weapon? Because something. What do you think?
I think it's, somebody coming over to help out whoever was trying to
okay.
unalive Ethan,
Yep.
and they turn around and stab him right in the knee.
Oh, can we say that particular wound would match something on Xana? Same
What do you
weapon.
mean?
Like,
What do you mean?
meaning like the same weapon. So let's say the person that was attacking Xana.
Yeah,
Does she
they
have-
all have the same wounds. It's like the people that came in there, all of them took turns in doing something to each
To the
victim.
other one. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I
Gotcha.
thought too.
Following you.
Hunters would have cramp. See, if somebody wore the slides that we just saw, though, I think there'd have been marks all over those floors, and we'd have seen that. If they had them on their feet, I'll say that much.
I mean,
Now-
who really has like flooring cleats laying
Right.
around?
Yeah.
Right.
Too?
That's
Yeah.
the other side to it. But I'm not saying it's not possible. All I'm saying is, like, now, if one of the victims or the roommates had something like that in their closet or in their house, I mean, not the flooring ones, but golf cleats or anything like that, absolutely, it'd be real easy to grab something and just go whack. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't do that with like a broken bottle, right? No.
it's too perfect.
Yep.
The markings are too perfect. It's some form of a pattern. Okay, there's a
Yeah.
pattern to that, and it's too perfect. It was a broken bottle. They don't sing. I just figured that they would scratch the floor up, but I understand. But again, like Logan said, where the hell who would just have flooring cleats? You know what I mean? Unless they were found at the house because there was renovations going on or something. I don't know, but I'm not saying it's out of the realm of being possible. It's just it's wild. Epoxy cleats. Okay. I've never seen any of those before. That's wild. The golf cleat thing makes sense to me for sure. I've worn those stripping wax floors. Okay. Well, we were told or a meat tenderizer. See, that's kind of what I was thinking earlier. I wondered because we have one of these the type of meat tenderizer that it's a little square thing, and it's got multiple little needles in it like that, little metal pieces. And when you put it down, like on a steak or something, for instance, you push down on it
And
like
things
this,
come out. Yeah.
and the things come out,
Mhm.
and it's like a rectangle. Okay,
Mhm.
so I wondered if somebody grabbed that, if they had that in the kitchen or something, somebody grabbed that and went goose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck. you
That's
never
wild.
know.
Thank you, Ms. Bianca, for that. Guys, don't make sure that you don't miss out. Please subscribe to our new channel, Cafe Conspiracy, to get everything you don't get in this channel here and the exact opposite and all that crazy conspiracy stuff. We're going to be covering it all. So thank you, beautiful Ms. Bianca. I do appreciate ya. The meat tender, I mean, it almost like some of these injuries look like people were grabbing shit, like just
Yeah.
grabbing what they could to cause pain. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They're
Does-
weird shapes and weird like indentations and puncture holes. I mean, all sorts of weird things. Like
Yeah.
looking for things that whatever they get grabbed to cause pain and injury. It's weird.
That's where I come up with that dumbass broken bottle thing.
Well, I mean, I get it. I just don't think it was too perfect for something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't go that deep, I don't think either. It's just impossible. It's
What do you got?
impossible.
What do you got next, Mrs. Logan?
She's digging for some kind of shit, man.
No, I was reading something. Thank you, Vanessa. That's so sweet. We have one gifted membership. So congrats to our new green family member.
Congratulations.
Yvonne
Thank you,
will
Kat.
settle-
This is what I was thinking about. I was trying to remember it because we have one of these for my dog.
Oh, yep.
I
Yvonne
wonder.
just said that. Wire dog brush.
Yep, because she had Murphy. Okay, so I wondered that one on the face thing. If something like this could have been these brushes that have the metal, whatever those things, that metal teeth on them for dogs. if she had a dog brush, that would make sense. That thing on her face, but that's so like somebody really grabbed a brush and smacked her in the face with it,
Some
like
woman, Joey.
or somebody that's caught trying to cause pain,
Mhm.
torture. Like Logan was saying too, this is torture, folks. Like they were being tortured. How does that feel, huh? And
Mhm.
smack her in the face with it. How about that? Does that hurt? You're not so pretty now, are you? That kind of shit is what I'm seeing and what I'm visualizing.
Mm.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Tomboy said she's saying something.
Oh, thank you, Tomboy. These autopsy results are nothing. I mean, I expected weird and wild stuff. Not to this extent, you guys. Not to this extent. I'll be honest and true. 1 minute here. This is kind of what I was talking about. This is almost like the meat tenderizer thing I was telling you guys about that we have. I should go grab it and show it to you if I can
Yeah,
find
it's a
it.
chicken pokey thing.
That thing.
It's like a, oh yeah, and there's different versions, like almost like a rubber stamp kind of thing, a self-inking stamp, and then the prong things come out.
Yep. Let me grab
Yeah.
the meat tenderizer thing that I have here. Okay, it's a rectangle and it's probably about this big.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you,
you have-
Moto.
You got to push it down for those things to come out on it.
Yeah.
A
it's
vegetable
like
gripper. Okay, that's interesting. This
Holy
looks more
shit,
like
man.
jealousy. I agree with that, Moto. It does look like jealousy. If you look at
Jesus.
the injuries that are being done to the victims' faces and stuff specifically,
yeah.
I mean, Logan, does it as a woman in your mind? Does this look like I am so jealous of you? You can't be prettier than me type scenario. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely. I couldn't think of anything
No.
else that it could be.
Definitely not a one-off stalk and kill in 3 months
Right.
either.
It's
Right.
literally the exact opposite of that.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab this thing real fast.
Yeah, it's literally the exact opposite of that. And the fact that law enforcement, Mabbitt, all these people came out and told us, oh, yeah, it could happen in 5 minutes and Kohberger did it. No freaking
Yeah.
way. No way.
Always just a rage, you know?
That this was not a rage killing. None
rage
of
with-
them.
He stalked them with no essay. Yeah. Fuck off. Yeah. there's-
And I know that essay or having any sort of sexual innuendo to a crime doesn't necessarily mean that there has to be rape or grape. I don't know if I can say
Yeah.
it, or wounds to the genitalia or anything like that. But in this case, it definitely was not that, which also tells me that it was jealousy, rage.
Yeah.
It wasn't a male that was sexually interested in them at all. It wasn't an incel either. It was, yeah.
Definitely not the way the ball was rolling.
No, and it just makes me so upset and so angry that law enforcement ran with that for so long after viewing and hearing and knowing all of these superficial wounds to the face purposefully to destroy the way they look.
Yep.
And you want to tell us that it was really quick, deep gouges, deep gashes everywhere. No, that's not what this was.
Yep. And they stood out there on camera doing that shit. Looking proud as F. It's sick. Where'd this guy go?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Thinks that's
And
some
yeah,
shit.
I do want to know which wounds are post-mortem or experimental. They didn't tell us that. And just so everybody knows, the body has to still be alive to leave a bruise. So all of the bruising you see specifically on Kaylee, Maddie, they had to be alive still in order to create a bruise.
So the wounds to the face with the marks.
He went to get a meat tenderizer. Yes. Sorry,
Oh, that's
go ahead.
right.
I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Let me
Oh
move
no,
this.
I'm good now.
Sorry about that, you guys. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like a self-inking freaking stamp.
It's almost, yeah, it is like
when
a
you push
stamper.
down on it, the
You do that
freaking
with it.
you got like all these little needle things that come out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, what is the most? Can I say it? I guess we'll go with Logan first. What's the most shocking part of the autopsy report, Logan, to you, from what we've seen so far?
I think the most shocking at this point for me, I have two, but I'm only going to speak on one. I'm going to save it for my Monday show. But I think it's now knowing how much time was taken.
Right. Yeah.
I believe that there is a point in time during this where whoever did this spent time with the victim, spent time with them, like mutilating them and
Yep.
and then covering them with a blanket. Like
The torture, like I said months ago, folks, they were tortured. This was not a 3-minute boom, let's go. There's no way.
no, it was not.
Here it is. I'll just show you guys a photograph. Mine's red. That's the only difference between mine and this. This is what I was talking about, is this device. Okay? There's different variations of it. It's got a damn handle on it. So can you imagine somebody taking this and slamming somebody in the face with this, okay?
That is a Tenderizer 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's 2000.
It's crazy, guys. And the points are perfect for this. It would almost make that make sense. I'm not saying this is what was used. I'm just telling you there are devices like this out there, and that's what those wounds remind me of.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Dylan probably had one in her freaking nightstand drawer. You know what I mean, Fern? Right next to the pitas that were laying on the floor.
All the other
pita
weird
bread.
shit that she had in her room. Yeah.
And the
He was disturbed, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
Shit.
Yep, we saw those, Molly. And wait a minute. Yep, that's it too. She's showing the same stuff. She's showing the shoes. 1 minute. Oh my God, I keep moving the damn screens the wrong way. You'd think I know how to do this by now, you guys.
Well, hey.
Yeah, that's a little smaller. And that, again, same type situation.
Holy shit, man.
That's actually more fitting towards the size of the mark on her face. God.
I keep one of those in the trunk.
Yeah, okay.
I know. Yeah.
And there was also these.
Yes. Yes.
These are just strap-on to regular shoes. Interesting. Just like what Tomboy showed us. This thing.
Oh, yeah. That's the old manger.
Right.
God, don't ever get a dog you need that for.
Yeah, I know.
Sure,
and then there's that version of it. So there's multiple versions of these things that could have been used, in my opinion. And we could be completely wrong on all of it. Sure, she could have just had her face shoved into something. The point is what Logan said is the most important part of this, okay? The time that was spent doing these things, okay? There were special marks. I guess it goes back to what Whitcomb was saying, okay, in the book. There were like signature type injuries that were created on their bodies. There was marks on their faces, on their shoulders, their chest areas, different things that, like, it wasn't just in the midst of the crime being committed. People stopped and did these things specifically. and took a lot of time to do these
Mhm.
things. That's the crazy part.
And then you start looking at the direction with some of the shit, and yep, that pins it all. Like the directions, like some of these wounds were coming in, and all of that, even down to like,
The head surgery. You might call it. Hookah head.
yeah, it's
Yes.
a lot, but yeah,
Biscuit cutters. There's a lot of different things. Could be. I think, and I'll be honest with you. I asked Logan what her most prominent and shocking was. My most prominent and shocking thing, Mikey asked me when Logan left for a minute, is that we got the damn things to begin with. Okay, I never expected us to get these autopsy reports at all. So
Yeah, I didn't either. And I kept saying for the past 3 years, all I want is the autopsy reports. I
Yep.
don't need to see the pictures because I can make them myself, but I don't need to see the pictures. I just need the autopsy report because each and every wound will tell a story, and
Yes.
all of them together will tell you a very close story to what happened. And now that we have that, I'm just shocked that we got it.
I fully agree. Thank you, Miss Krista. Congrats to whoever received that new membership. Appreciate ya. Thank you, Bubbles. Appreciate that as well. So my next question, let me ask this one, Logan and Mike. What do you think about the stomach contents the report that we received? Any thoughts on that at all?
I actually haven't
Yep.
even read on that yet.
Same here. Tapped out.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, then we'll back up a little bit more.
No, why don't you tell us what you think? Or
Yes,
we
sir.
can
Well,
go
it-
over what it says.
It's hard to make a real full decision because it says, thank you, Kathy, and welcome, by the way. It's great to have you in the house tonight, Kathy. Guys, please make sure you subscribe to Kathy's Indie Zone. Truly and honestly, if you don't, you're missing out. Kathy helps us in so many different ways with how she describes, reads, and goes through these documents to explain these things to us, and we appreciate you, Kathy, very much.
Come on, Joey. Just spoon feed.
We love Kathy.
Yes, we
Yes.
do very much so. Kathy, you're going to need to join us here on the Verdict Room one of these nights coming soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Truly and honestly.
Very good points.
And of course, you don't have to show your face, dear. Just talk to us. That's all we want.
Doesn't
she
have to
says
be
I-
an hour.
Right.
We can
She
do
said,
30 minutes.
I've been trying to figure out why Judge Hippler now suddenly released the autopsy report. He unsealed it back in December 18th. What's going on right now to cause it to drop? Thank you.
And that's what I was saying earlier too, was like some of this holdup, like I don't know. It's all weird.
I think this is timing. I think this all has to do with timing. Something to do with timing in all of this. There's a reason. That's all I'm saying is that how I see it.
You know, you're showing your email, right?
I do now. Sorry. Somebody sent me an email. I was trying to pull that up, and I didn't know I was still showing my screen, so my apologies.
Oh,
Any loggers? Oh, logging boots. Oh, yeah. Yep. Same type thing. They got the cleats on the bottom. I never saw these before. Thank you, Shannon, I think it was. Thank you for that. You can see the spikes on the bottom. So can you imagine getting stomped by one of those?
Yeah, no doubt.
Good God. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. We love your guys' input. Honest to God. Very much appreciated. All right. So where is the next? I guess where do you guys want to?
What the hell? You were going to show us something. We just pushed it back on you, bud.
Oh, I was. Oh, that's right. We were talking about the stomach contents thing. Sorry.
Well, Logan was going to say something, but
please do. I definitely don't want to cut her off.
Well,
No, I was gonna say when we're done with the stomach contents, if you want to play the
Oh yeah, that video. That's right. Yes. Thank you for
yes.
reminding me, dear.
Yes.
Okay. So 1 minute here. Let me show this document. Let me know when you guys can see this. You guys see anything yet?
No, sir.
No.
Son of a boo-boo.
Oh, shit. We see your waist.
What?
Oh, yeah. I was just kidding.
Don't do drugs, kids.
I know. The old Dare commercial with the egg in the skillet.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is your brain
This is super non
on drugs.
I'm
Dare.
trying to blow this up.
Hey,
Hold on a minute.
just do it.
There we go. Okay.
Hey.
Okay, so it's still not big enough. I don't know why I can't get it that
That's-
way. Anyway,
hey.
She said.
Did you forget that you're on live, buddy?
no, that would be you, my friend.
I'm just playing. No,
That
no.
would be you, sir.
I don't have time.
So this shows stomach content explainer and data. It says Ethan Chapin. It claims the lumen findings for that were approximately 100 milliliters of watery tan fluid without food or pill fragment. And the indications for that state that there was no solid food consumed for at least 1 to 2 hours or more prior to his time of death. So, the wording is where you have to be careful with this because they try to screw you with the wording, in my opinion. They like to serve these bullshit salads and
Kinda
these
like-
crazy word salads with bullshit dressing. So,
kind of like debris.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I sent it.
So, no meaning it's saying that Ethan ingested no solid food
Okay.
for
So
at
what-
least. Go
What the
ahead.
hell is the definition of tan watery fluid in stomach contents? What would
It could
that
be anything. It could be beer, alcohol, whatever he had in his stomach
You think?
mixed with bile. It changes colors based on whatever it's mixed with in his stomach.
Mhm.
I'm going to call alcohol is what I'm going
Well-
to say because of the color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But it says that he ingested no solid foods, okay, for at least, and it says that's the word to understand, at least 1 to 2 or more hours before he was killed. It could be coffee, another good point. But hold that thought, though, True Sleuth, because when we move down to Madison, okay, it says the lumen contents, wait a minute. And the lumen contents a moderate amount of thick green. I think we were robbed, folks. Hold on. The way this reads right here, it says, and the lumen contents a moderate amount of thick brown, like they cut this off. Like it's missing something. Read that.
Yeah.
Oh, is it redacted?
It starts with and. Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Oh, did Dylan write this? She's
Well,
pretty
from
fucking
what it
cool.
gave us, it says, and the lumen contains a moderate amount of thick green brown fluid and partially digested food fragments. And then the indication basis of that says fluids and meal consumed up to
Yep.
1 to 4 hours prior to the time of death.
Exactly. So what this says here in this tan shit is partially digested food that would create that brown. So we're doing a little AI here, and on that tan fluid in the stomach there that I questioned, it says it can pin back to partially digested food,
Well, there it is.
which is weird because it acts like he made him like he didn't eat anything.
Well, it takes 24 hours from the time you eat something for it to fully be digested through your system. Okay, that's one thing I do know. So it could have been something that they had the day before, what's left of it. But
Yeah.
here's my other problem. Okay, we know for a fact that Kaylee and Maddie were eating macaroni and cheese that night. Okay.
Right.
There's nothing in here that tells us that about that. It could be that that's
No.
the partially digested food fragments, but it doesn't give you any particulars, which is what bothers me. I think that was purposely removed. I'm just saying now that I'm reading this because Maddie starts with and the lumen contains.
Yeah. What was before that?
Where's the rest of the statement at?
Right.
Here's another interesting vomited material that was swallowed back into stomach before death. So like they were throwing up and yeah, but anyway.
Well, and I wonder too, people were saying that Ethan didn't have as much of anything else. I wonder if he threw up that night, or if anybody did. I'll just say that. Or Madison, for instance, okay, could have.
I mean,
Because hers is a thick green brown fluid. Bile's green for the most part, and partially digested food fragments. Kaylee says abundant dark brown fluid and partially digested food fragments. So that's got to be the macaroni and cheese.
yep, exactly.
Abundant is a lot, folks. There's
She
a
was the
lot of
one-
brown fluid.
And remember, she was the one that was supposedly eating all that. No. Scratch that. Over.
Hold on a minute. Let me go back to Witchy. Witchy said, I copied and pasted from the document and accidentally left. Oh, okay. I'm sorry then. Well, thank you, Witchy. So the lumen contains, so there is no and. All right. Thanks, Witchy. Sorry, I didn't see it till just now. And Moto, thank you again. Says, is that putting the death of Xana and Ethan to about 0000 and 01 o'clock? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I see what you're asking, and that's a good comment. Thank you for the super chat, bro.
They were supposed to be walked home at what, 1:30 or 1 something?
Well, it depends on whose story you want to believe, Mike. If you listen to Kennedy, it was what, 2:30 in the morning?
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm sorry, no, that was Dylan and Bethany. I'm sorry, I was thinking of something else.
The latest one.
What did we hear a new time for Xana and Ethan?
Whoever walked them home, and she stopped at the Whites, and that was it, and whatever.
Right. That's what I believe too, Witchy, that the autopsy purposely did not identify the food fragments. I absolutely believe that. Yes, ma'am. But again, Kaylee had an abundance of dark brown fluid and partially digested food fragments. So that had to be what she was drinking that night. Okay. I don't know what she drinks alcohol wise, but maybe rum and Coke or something like that would give the brown fluid. And then it says her fluids and meal consumed up to 1 to 4 hours prior to the time of death. Okay. Same as Maddie's. They're almost identical, just this discoloration, and it doesn't give you the food fragments. Then Xana is abundant, partially digested food fragments, meaning there's a lot of whatever. So we know she was eating. And it says the meal consumed up to 1 to 4 hours prior to time of death. Again, it doesn't tell us anything. It really doesn't, at least in my opinion. It tells us that there was something in their stomach. That's all it tells us. That's all they wanted us to know. I believe.
It's kind of vague.
Now, the brown fluid, that's a good point. Somebody just said it in chat. I was thinking that earlier, but I wasn't sure. It could be bleeding. Blood will change the color of things, and it could be, internal bleeding. That's a fact. Good point. Who was it that said that? Not Angel, Angel Heart. Thank you for throwing that up there. That's a good point.
Ginger people sit.
Here's the thing, though. How quick does food start to digest after you've swallowed it?
It takes some time.
Right. That's what I thought. I mean, they want us to believe that she swallowed food and then it happened.
It doesn't work that way. There should be clear. I've seen autopsies done. Okay. And when they open the stomach up, you can it's almost like it was not chewed. You can almost look and say they had this for dinner or that for dinner. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's right there.
This is definitely no coroner's report.
And I still think they withheld from us because of this.
Yeah.
You changed your picture, Bubbles. Cute picture.
So either Xana ate earlier in the night or her death happened later than 4 o'clock or 4 whatever.
I'm gonna
if she actually ate the DoorDash delivery, if we believe that.
If she got to eat any of it, that's the point, right?
What time was that supposed to be placed?
The order?
What? The order? When it was placed or when it was received?
Placed originally.
2:15.
Okay, so that would kind of match up to this. What the hell time? I'm not even going to say it.
It wasn't dropped off till 3:59, though.
What time did this girl say that she walked them home?
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I'd have to go look. I swear it just recently came out.
Do you guys believe that Xana and Ethan were killed at separate times from Kaylee and Maddie?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
I think E and X were last and unexpected to be there kind of thing.
I could see it both directions.
Almost.
Yeah, I think that's
Damn it, that
possible.
doesn't make sense.
Specifically now because of all of the superficial wounds to Kaylee and Maddie.
Right.
Took more time.
Very good point.
Crap.
Very good point. Welcome, Ginger Peoples. Love your name. If we believe the medical examiner is staying true to the definition of partially right. Good point, Witchy. Here's my question, guys. I have issues with this again. I have issues with the autopsy, and I only have those issues because I'm not saying that it was Dr. Ving, but how many autopsies do you guys know about that has 3 to 4 police officers standing in on them?
Yeah. They're all part of the same shit. You know.
I've never seen or heard of that before. Maybe if there's a security issue or something like that. I've never seen police officers stand in on an autopsy before. I could be wrong. I've never seen or heard of it, though. That's me.
I want to say that in an autopsy report, the term partially digested means food in the stomach has been broken down by gastric acids and enzymes into a thick semi-liquid. And this, under normal circumstances, it takes the stomach about 2 to 4 hours to empty its contents into the small intestine. While active muscular movement of the gut ceases when a person dies, stomach acids and enzymes continue to break down food post-mortem. Because of this, it is nearly impossible to pinpoint an exact time of death using stomach contents alone.
Of course. Alone.
The meal type, so high fiber, high fat, are heavy meals that stay in the stomach longer than soft, simple carbohydrates, altering the degree of digestion seen.
Very good point. Like macaroni and cheese.
Right.
That's a carbohydrate. That's a pasta.
Or French fries.
Or bread or something. Yeah, right.
You want to know what? I appreciate you for covering up my forward bullshit explanation of that. That was in depth. I like that.
So yeah, it doesn't say how long the stomach continues to break down food after death, just that it does do that. And that's why it's impossible to determine time of death just based on stomach contents alone. Now, I'm sure if you put that along with, XYZ and then ABCD, and then you can tell the exact time, temperature of organs, things like that.
A liver temperature test should have been done immediately, in my opinion, and they did not do it.
That's
and I think,
negative.
I'm telling you guys, it was done on purpose. I don't care what anybody says at this point. They did that, or they told her to do that. I'm talking about Mabbott. That way there is no absolution to the timeline.
Yeah, the time of death. It all starts. That's where everything starts. Time of death. Then you roll it out from there. They were still piecing shit together. Who knows? I definitely think, though, that they didn't fence off that house because kids were peeing on it.
Do what?
Remember when they said that they say that they fenced around the house because kids were pissing on it?
Well, that, and they were trying to get inside and things like that. But,
yeah, I think they got fucking. They didn't want anybody in that place.
Well, I agree with that for sure. It does say, it says the time it takes food to travel from your mouth to leave your body during a bowel movement, okay, is known as total digestion time or whole gut transit time. On average, the process takes between 23 to 37.4 hours. However, it can vary based on factors like the types of food, like Logan was explaining, along with your age and sex, okay? Men are men are slower, from my understanding. What I've always understood, we do everything slower than women
That's
do,
what they've said,
obviously.
Joey.
And I think it's said for men, it's total digestion time for men ranges between 0.8 and 1.9 days, with an average of 1.3 days. With women, it's 1 and 3.7 days, with an average of 1.5 days. So, and again, it depends on the foods, like Logan said, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's very likely that the food that was found in their stomachs, if it was in there, or the partially digested, was from the day before.
It
Okay.
probably goes even down to like metabolism and all that crap, you know?
Well,
Oh,
it does.
yeah.
It does. But I'm going to tell you right now, we know that they were eating macaroni and cheese. That should have been stated, that there were, pasta noodles found within the stomach contents as well. They just says partially digested food particles. So I don't know. I have questions about that for sure.
I think it's redacted.
It probably is.
This is
Lack of
bullshit.
time of death estimate is one thing, and add all the questionable MPD conduct upon arrival 11/22. Nunez arrives to find man in doorway holding knife, immediately ruled as a right, Kathy. Exactly. Big bango
Yeah.
problem right there.
Hang on. Can I take you in? Hold up. Jesus Christmas.
Yep.
Uh,
Let me see. I'm just trying to check the chat here for some things.
oh, by the way,
Where
I
are
put
we
it
at
down
on
on the
time
table
here?
back there for you.
2:40, that's not bad. Did you guys? Okay, let's pull this video up here. Ms. Logan wanted to present this. Very interesting stuff. Give me 1 minute to find it again because I just lost it. Moving too many things around, you guys. Moving too many things around. All right, here we go. And it is. Oh shit.
You're doing good, bud. We're keeping you on your toes.
A Roch there. All right. Do you wanna open this up, Logan, before we play it? Explain it real quick.
You can play it. It's a Mark B video, and he's going over specific times in the 2:00 hour and what we're hearing in those times during the
Awesome.
2:00 hour.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Mark B's channel, Mark has done some amazing things over this case over the past 3, 4, almost 4 years. Please subscribe. Mark has been a very good resource, helping us with the car and different things like that. And again, another creator that has come out here trying to find truth, justice, and the answers that we can't get. So thank you, Mark, for all you do, sir. All right, you guys, let me share this to you. And if there's any issues with sound or anything, guys, let me know and I'll fix it for you. So here we go.
Hello, YouTubers. Right here, we've got the 1330 cam, 1:13 a.m. to 4:23. And I went through it and picked out all the timestamps where we can hear screams and yells. I wanted to make a chart of all this, which we will see shortly. So let's start by going over this. In this area right here, there's not much going on from 1:13 to 1:30, but we can hear the voices. And right here you can see, whoa, Ethan, and that's at 1:19:36, and then his name again a few seconds later. And I've got the word voices in red so that we can see the voices pretty much continue all the way through this entire, all the way to 4:23. So here's 1:30 to 2:00. And this red line with the X, that means that's a scream, and we'll listen to it in a little bit. And I think this particular one is probably Ethan, but we'll get to it shortly. This one right here, 1:55:58 to 05, that's 7 seconds. That is actually when Eric Gower is seen on cam bringing Kaylee and Maddie home. We can actually hear this scream. They are still in the car. And there's the red X right there. And this one here, I think, could be Xana. So you can see voices. And this here is the 1330 cam. So you can actually hear it louder. So this is the time frame we do not have any audio for. We got all these voices continuing. And then we got these yells right here. Oh my God. And these are with the black line and the letter Y in black for yell. And we have another one right here. Female yells something. Can't make out what she says. We'll listen to these shortly. There's the male voice yells, wait, wait. More voices. And then 225 is when we have audio on the 1112 cam. So that's why I split this segment right here, because that's where the audio begins. And in this segment here, we've got one yell and one female scream and a female yell. And this is pretty much what the Chapin said is the dark hour, as you will see shortly. The 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, there's a lot of stuff going on. Here's 2:30, the yell, the scream. There's voices, squeals, voices. Another scream right there. Yell, stop, stop, stop. That's a male yelling that out. Scream, yell, scream. And scream, stop it, stop. And it kind of stops for a little while. And then 3 o'clock, the only thing happening is the body cam comes on. And this will be interesting on the 1112 cam when we get to that. Okay, 3:30, we've got 3 yells. And those are pretty much all while Molly is here. Again, this is the 1330 cam. So we don't hear everything that we do on the 1112 cam. And then 4 o'clock, we don't have anything registered here. So now let's go to the 1112. Okay, here's the 1112. Starts at 225 to 423. And the sound pretty much starts immediately. We got stressed female voice right there and a very loud male voice. Okay, so there's not actually any yell in this little time frame here, but there's very loud voices. Now here's the first female yell at 225. 12, stressed. A lot of stress. This is probably when the attack is happening, or one of the attacks, I should say, is right here. You got a male yelling. And then here's that one scream at 227. That'll be the first one we listen to in a little bit. That red X right there. And then there's yelling after right there. We'll be listening to some of the yelling. And this cell phone, by the way, that crime forensics picked up on, I actually found another one right here. 5 seconds before Molly leaves, 4 o'clock and 27 seconds. 2:30, we'll go through this quick. We got stress.
Stop it for a second.
Voice. But again, all these black lines.
I just want to say when he
Absolutely.
says True Crime Forensics found a ringing cell phone, and then Mark B found a ringing cell phone around 4. There is another ringing cell phone at about 4:49-ish, just so people know.
I like this.
And there's a lot going on at about 4:49.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. After the fact. You want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Just
All right. Guys, make sure we put Mark B's link in the chat if you can, please.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you. Thank you.
I gotcha. I did
I
it.
can't see it, so I didn't know. On we go.
That's the
And
one
right
thing I
here,
paid
that's
attention
all
to.
the yells and the reds of the screams. And we'll listen to a lot of those screams. Female scream, yells, stress voices, scream, yelling. And then he says, stop, stop, stop. Then there's yelling, more yelling, yelling, stress, voices. Okay, here's where the body cam turns on. And this is interesting right here because right there, stop it, stop. We actually hear that on body cam. We hear it on 1112 and 1330, and we'll listen to that shortly. And this one here, 25718, help me, please, help me. I don't know if anybody else will be able to hear that, but it's almost clear as day for me. So we'll play that one and see if you can hear it. If not, you need headphones to be able to hear it. Okay, 3 o'clock, things slow down somewhat. But this one right here, I can hear it, but a couple of friends can't hear it. But it's an oh my God by a female voice, and it's pretty serious if you can get to hear this. We're not going to play it because you won't be able to hear it. You need headphones, absolutely. There's not much yelling actually in this time frame here, but you can see the voices continue through. And then right here, there's a gal, female voice, almost nonstop for 1 minute and 5 seconds. And then this male yells, you better shut up. I can hear it. You might not be able to. We'll see. So there's just a whole bunch of voices here. And then at 3:30, there's a couple of yells, right? You can see them right there and there, which would be female yells. And then more voices. Now, right before Molly gets here, there's actually a scream, help me. And we'll listen to that one shortly. That's just a few minutes, because here's where Molly shows up right here. Molly enters 34609. And then when she gets here, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, as you can see. Stress, yell, yell. And then this one, here's a scream and a yell. The number one and the number one, here's a yell. And number one, there was actually more yelling there, but it's all one segment. So I backed off. There was about 5 more yells, but I backed off on it because it's all within a short time frame, about 347 to 349, about a 2-minute and 15-second segment. So that's more stress at 356:40. A lot of thuds going on, loading. And then at 4 o'clock, that's where Molly leaves. And here's that cell phone again. 5 seconds before she leaves, a cell phone only rings for like 1 or 2 seconds. And that's where it happened earlier, 2:27:20. I just highlighted a couple things. We're not going to really listen to these. Gasping, agitated female voice for 32 seconds, a male voice and female voice. And I heard I love you. That's strange. At 4:02, 58 and 59 seconds. And then barely audible, stay back, stay back. That's a male voice. Female voice talking urgently for 7 seconds right before the thud. The thud sounds like furniture falling or crashing against something. And then right after the thud, it sounds possibly like a female crying. And then that's the end of it. So let's take a look at the charts now. Here's the 1330 cam, 1:13 a.m. to 4:23. And as you can see, 1:13 to 1:30, there's nothing going on. 4:01 to 4:23, we got nothing going on here, and nothing in the stress voices category because those can only be heard on the 1112 camera. So right here at 1:31 to 2, we got 2 screams. One is at 1:40 that I believe could be Ethan. The other one is at 1:55, right around 1:56 that I believe could be Xana. And we will be listening to those. The one scream at 2:25 to 2:30, and then the 4 at 2:31 to 3 o'clock. Also, these yells, there's the yells column right here, are heard on the 1330 cam. We will be listening to these because this black line right here, and these two, that's above 2:25 a.m. where we have no audio for 1112 cam. And these could be some of the reasons why we have no audio, because they'd be so close up. It would be too telling for them to want to have us know this. Okay, let's take a peek at the 1112 chart now. Here's the 1112,
Surprise.
a.m., where the sound begins to 4:23. And then right here,
I'm sorry.
You want to skip ahead a little bit? He's going to play where we hear you want to skip ahead a little bit? He's going to play where we hear everything. I just wanted everybody to know exactly what we're looking for and listening for.
Right here.
Yep.
We'll start about right there. Okay. All right. Here we go.
here we go. Now we'll go to the 1330. Okay, this one starts in 2 seconds at 2:27:12. Here we go. So you can see the volume's way lower. So now we're going to listen to the 1:40 a.m. scream that I believe could be Ethan. Okay, I believe it starts in 2 seconds at 1:40:26. Here we go. There you have it. At 1:55:58,
Wild,
in 2
right?
seconds, we'll hear a female screaming for about.
I never caught that. I'm playing that back one more time, you guys.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. And it was loud. That was loud. Think of the distance, how far away it is. It's not super far, but if you were right up on top of that, that would have been extremely loud.
Right.
Damn.
6. Here we go. There you have it.
Wow.
At 1:55:58 in 2 seconds, we'll hear a female screaming for about 7 seconds. Keep in mind, Eric Gower is on 1112 camera as we speak while he is driving in. These screams are going on. Here we go. 2 seconds. Okay, now we're going to go to 221:06. In 2 seconds, we'll hear, "Oh my God," from a female voice. Here goes. Now we'll go to 221:41. Okay, now we'll hear a female. I can't make out what she said.
I almost recognize that
Yeah.
voice.
Uh-huh. That was Maddie, correct?
It kind of, that's what I was thinking. It kind of
Uh-huh.
reminds, it's hard to say for sure, but it does remind me of the inflection.
I
Wow.
really think so. God. Oof. Yes.
That
Now we'll
sounds
go
like Maddie.
221.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely does too. What time was that one again?
221.
Wow, that was pretty fucking clear.
These are giving me goosebumps, you guys. No lie. Damn.
141. Okay, now we'll hear a female. I can't make out what she
Which
said.
is 221 is 5
That was-
minutes.
After they got home, right?
No.
Oh,
Wait, who?
Yeah, but 221 is 5 minutes before we hear that other loud, ridiculous scream.
Yeah, right.
oh yeah. Because that, yeah.
Okay.
Joey, here's the cherries.
41.
Oh, yep.
Now, and I'm going to say right now, that was outside. Where's
Logan fell out.
Oh, shit.
I feel like that was Kaylee.
That was outside the house, folks, as well. I'm just saying. She
Where'd
fell all
go?
the way out.
She's out there, buddy. Like,
Oh, her internet is, there she comes. All right. Hold on. You all right?
Sorry. Yeah,
No,
it
it's
kicked
okay.
me off.
No, I got you. So this one here, I'm gonna play that back again. I'm telling you, like, you can hear the difference between an inside and outside
Yeah.
scream.
there's a
That was
different
outdoors.
echo.
That was an outside scream, in my opinion, because it was so much
Mhm.
clearer. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna play that one back since Logan fell out the window there.
She's saying, but here goes in 2 seconds at 41. Now we'll go to 222:06. Okay, in 2 seconds, we'll hear a male voice say, "Wait, wait." Here we go. Okay, we're going to listen to a 51-second segment here so that we can hear the female's stressed out voice, her pleading, and a male yelling. Here we go. It starts at 21 in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
What I want to do here is just point out How can Kaylee or Maddie possibly be calling Jack D at 2:26 to 2:52? Look how much yells and screams in this time frame here.
There's a lot going on right there. A lot.
There's a lot going on.
The Y is the yells and the X is the screams. Look at this time frame.
And he's got a massive point. Like, how in the hell is this conversation, if there was one going on, and him not hearing this?
I don't know. I will say, I swear I just heard a deep male voice in that house that I've never heard before. And the first male voice, which I can't remember what he said, but I feel like that was Hunter. I don't know. Speculation.
Good point. I don't know. On we go.
All these stress, everything. Look at all those. That's 242, 244. How can they possibly be making a phone call at this time? If anything, they should be calling 911.
Damn.
At 2:38:10 in 1 second, you'll hear a
I need to remind everybody, and Miss Dillon verified this herself, there's no way they didn't hear any of that. There's no way in hell, unless they weren't there, and I believe they were there, that they did not hear that. Because Dillon herself says you hear everything in this house. And that, if we're hearing that outside of the home on Linda Lane's camera and so on and so forth like that, there's no way they didn't hear this stuff. They knew, like Mark just said, they should have, hearing the screaming, okay?
Yeah.
That automatically should have been, we need help here now. I don't know what's going on, but we need people here now, please. And it never happened because, in my opinion, they weren't supposed to do it. They both heard it. Not just Dillon. They both heard it.
There was a whole lot of something going on.
A whole lot. That's no lie.
Holy.
If they were out of Dillon's window faces the back of the house on floor number 1. No, Dillon's on floor 2, hon. That would have been Bethany's. Bethany was on floor number 1 on the left side from the front of the house all the way at the end. If a window was open, we probably would have heard a lot clearer sound anywhere in the house. If the back door, the sliding deck door on the top, if they were upstairs, we would have heard that. Any of that, we could have been. My understanding was that Xana's bedroom window was cracked open as well. I don't know if that's true. I was told that, but
yeah, because
it would have made this stuff a lot easier to hear too.
Mm-hmm. Like that dog. Me and Logan went over this dog barking thing the other night. You can almost tell, like, when the doors close and when the dog's in and out. The echo difference is.
I think the dog was on the upper deck, the back and forth, barking back and forth. I've always thought that because of the way he sounds. So that's my opinion, but that's what I've always thought. Because he does sound like he's coming back and forth. So
there's a around the 4:49 timestamp in the 1112 footage. There's quite a bit happening there, and I have the timestamps and I have it down to the second where you can hear what sounds like the back slider open. Well, let me start with this. Murphy barks a couple times first. Then you can hear what sounds like the back slider open. And Murphy must have been let outside because the tone of his bark and the echo completely changes.
Right.
And then after that, he continues with that bark sound just for a little bit because now he's out running around. You only hear like 1 or 2 more barks. Then about 20 seconds after that, you see lights pop on in the back of Jack D's house. And then about 10 seconds after that, you see somebody walk in front of those lights, like they were headlights, and somebody walked in front of them. And then about a couple minutes after that, the same car that turned on their headlights pulls out and comes down Walenta, and it's the big black truck.
There's a lot of action going on over there at that time.
at that same time, you can hear like movement and talking and stuff going on at 1122. Like just before 5 a.m. was all right. Time to clean up. Here's your signal. Let's go.
It was never quiet there at all that night, you guys. And all of the, in my opinion, I'll say this, all of the crime sounds, I'll say that, were not, they were earlier on in the night. The 2 o'clock stuff, in my opinion, around that period of time. But like Logan was saying, like when you hear 4 and on, you can hear people talking through this whole thing. It's crazy. So something was definitely going on.
And that's when
Without a
Dylan
doubt.
took her steps as well. That's
4
when she
a.m.
started walking around. No, at the timestamp when Murphy gets let out.
Oh.
4:49.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Huh.
Absolutely. On we go. Moving forward.
Female yell. It's really not that loud, but it's immediately followed by males also yelling, probably to cover it. Here we go. 1 second. At 2:40:20, we'll hear another female yell, quite a bit louder than the last one, again followed by some male screams. Here we go. At 2:42:28, we'll hear a female screaming. It's not super loud, but it's followed by a male screaming. Here we go.
I'd have to say that's the timestamp that I don't understand the most. Like you feel like they're covering shit up.
Oh, I agree with that. And hearing the male voices overlapping is interesting because it does sound like they're hiding it. I noticed certain things being said in chat, so I'll do this again, and I'm so sorry if this upsets anybody, you guys, but it definitely needs to be heard to understand how bad this was, in my opinion.
Trigger warning. This video includes sensitive and violent content that may not be suitable for all viewers. This video is for 18 plus only.
Okay. And again, if anybody feels like they need to step out because it's bothering you too much, please understand. We fully understand that. There's no need to be ashamed or worry about that at all. Please.
At 2:50:41, in 1 second, we have another female scream. Here we go. At 2:57:18, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I can hear it. It'll be help me. 6 seconds later, help me please. 2 seconds later, help me. Here we go. In 2 seconds, at 2:58:18 will be the first one, and then 6 seconds later, the next one, and 2 seconds later, the next one. Here we go. Very sad. At 2:55:19, in 2 seconds, you'll hear a female voice saying, "Stop it, stop." Here we go. Now, here's the body cam. It's 2:55:14. In 2 seconds, at 2:55:16, you'll hear it. There's quite a bit of noise, but just focus in on the 16-second marker. Here we go.
19. Yep. Is there a reason why you didn't stop back there?
There you have it. We're going to hear a male voice in 2 seconds say what I believe is, "You better shut up." For about a minute before this, constantly, you can hear a female voice going on. I believe he's telling her, "You better shut up." But I'm not playing that because you can barely hear it. You need headphones to hear it. So we'll hear him right now say, "You better shut up," literally in 2 seconds at 3:15:21. Here we go. At 3:41:33, in 1 second, we hear a female voice scream, "Help me." This is about 5 minutes before Molly shows up. Here we go. 1 second from right now. Now, all these yells and that scream, this is all while Molly is here. But we're going to go ahead and listen to this one scream. We're not going to listen to all the yells because I think you guys get the point. So we'll go to 3:48:25, and in 2 seconds at 3:48:25, we'll hear the female scream followed by male yells. Here we go. These people were being tortured. Okay, we'll give it a try to see if you can hear that cell phone sound at 4:00 and 27 seconds, exactly 1 second from now. It's really hard to hear. I heard it. I don't know if you can hear it. Here we go, literally in 1 second. Listen. We'll try it one more time in 1 second from right now. Here it goes again. There it is. I heard it. Hopefully you did. There you have it, folks. Hopefully this helps. Please leave a comment in the section below. Have a beautiful day.
It appeared that
Wow.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
wow.
that's very informative as far as what we're hearing, what times we're hearing it. Can I share something? It goes along with this as well.
Please do. Please do. Thank you, Jen.
Let me see. Oh,
Yeah, guys, please make sure that you hop on over to Mark B's channel, subscribe, hit the notifier for anything else he puts out, and let him know thank you for what he did there. We appreciate everything he does and has done, so please, if you will. The link is in the chat, and the channel name is Mark B. Go ahead, Logan.
it's ready.
Right, all right.
So at one point, Dylan in her interview says, "I remember saying, no, 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 and I slammed my door shut." Well, first of all, if there's an intruder in your house, I don't think you're going to be making as much noise as possible. Usually, if you listen to 911 calls and there's an intruder in their house, they hide in their bathroom and they hide in their closet and they're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be too loud because I don't want him to find me. But here Dylan is saying she sees an intruder with a mask in her house and it's that person is killing all of her roommates or friends.
Right.
And she's screaming, yelling, no, no, no. She's yelling out Kaylee's name and Xana's name. And then she's slamming doors and come on. But anyway, she does say that she says, no, 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 and slammed her door. And at 2:25, I believe that you can possibly hear both a female and a male say no, no, no. And then about 3
Yep.
seconds later, you hear a door shut. So I will play that. I'm going to play it again. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Just
Here's my
thought it was-
question. Here's my question: the way Dylan does what she does, I think she does a lot of self projection. If you know what I mean by that, okay?
Yep.
And I believe she does a lot of that. So when she did the no, 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 or whatever the hell it was, and slams the door, I'm telling you, I think she's locking Kaylee out of her damn room, folks. I think she slams her door, locks it, so that Kaylee cannot get in and get away from these people. I swear to God, that's what I believe.
Yep.
It just makes perfect sense with everything else, you guys. So
Yeah.
again,
You could almost just see her playing it out. Somebody's chasing Kaylee, and she's like, "Oh my God, no, 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 no!" And she runs into her room and locks the
you're
door.
not coming in here. Absolutely.
Yep.
That's truly what I believe at this point.
Mhm.
And I have no doubt in my mind that that's absolutely what happened at that point. I swear to you guys.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't think it's fucked
Do us
up.
all a great service and listen to 417. I don't think there's anything that goes on at 417 that I heard. Did you hear anything, Logan?
At 417, that's when Dateline claimed that they heard a whimpering and thud. In the very beginning, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. That's the point, in my opinion. The from 4 to 5 is the more probably the quietest part of this entire thing, as far as screams and yells and slams and bangs and all that. But
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And even traffic.
Yeah, I listened to 417 before. I don't hear, for whatever reason, I don't hear what they're claiming that we're supposed to be hearing clearly the way they're claiming that we're supposed to be hearing it. I'll just be honest and true.
The only thing I get out of that is if
The
Dateline
dog.
is claiming that we can hear a whimper and a thud on the 1112 camera, then we should be able to hear people yelling or talking or slamming
Yes.
doors or whatever.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Because we went through, I don't know how many times, the 4 to 4:45 a.m. All I truly honestly hear, guys, in that period is a dog barking nonstop. And I hear the little slight noises, but nothing of any consequence, in my opinion, like what we just heard from Mark.
It's all died down at that point. That's why
Period, in my opinion.
dipshit D started her story. Because everything was done. Can I just tell you?
Yeah. Anyway, make sure you guys subscribe to Mark B. You can go over there and check out that video again. It's very informative in my opinion, and thank you, Logan, for putting that out there. Mandy Joe, I'm sorry, dear. Hold on. Let me find it. I'm going to catch all these up by the end of the show, too, by the way. This new one here, the Lakelands video with was home at 2, was made a different time, just posted, then why no screams in her video? Wait, hold on. Okay, I think I read it wrong. If Lakeland's video went home at 2, was made at a different time, just posted, then why no screams in her video? Am I reading that right, or am I not reading it right?
I'm not understanding
That's
either.
a no comprende.
Maybe reword that, Mandy. I'm sorry, hon. I just didn't understand it clearly what you're saying. I don't know that Lakeland left that night. I'll be dead square honest with you. I don't know that she left that night. There's a few things Dylan said in those interviews we covered that makes you wonder. She also made a statement, I can't remember which interview it was, but at one point she says, and it could have just been a mess up, but she says we went up the stairs.
Yeah.
Not she went. We went up the stairs was one of those. And there were some things said, too, about Lakeland, I think, and it made me readjust my thinking pattern with it. But, yeah, if you will, Mandy, just reword it or whatever and throw it back in the chat real quick. I have no problem. You don't have to put a super chat on it either, dear. I'll read it with no problem. Hold on here. Murphy difference. Wait a minute. What? Number 1, Murphy difference. 2, Eric Rower cleaning his car before leaving. 3, Eric going to Taco Bell just as you see Taco Bell food in Ethan's room. I don't know what you mean by that either, hun. Welcome, Miller Time. Good to see you. Haven't seen
It's
you here in a
Miller
while.
time.
Probably not in here.
Huh? Huh.
Maybe so. Good
We're
to see you
looking for-
either way. I don't know, Angel. I was trying to figure that out myself. I didn't quite get that. Sorry, not being mean, but okay. She said, yeah, that's what I was thinking because Lakeland posted that video walking home. She passes 1112, and we hear no screams in her video. I don't think she left. That bingo. I don't think she did either. I don't think she did either, especially after hearing Fitzgerald's interview. I have some other thoughts about different things. And great point, Mandy. Thank you for that, and thank you again for the super chat. You're amazing, very amazing.
That's interesting to think she didn't leave with all that going on. Did we just listen to? Yeah.
Yeah. No, agreed. I agree. Again, thank you, Mandy, for that. Very much appreciated. Absolutely, we all miss Tommy Jude for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Lake falling over was not that night. JP says that Lake being that drunk wasn't that night. A lot of people are challenging the drunkenness of that night too. Okay. I know Lana has challenged whether or not Dylan was drunk. I challenged it a long time back because Dylan even made a statement, or her friends, quite a few of her friends made statements that Dylan said, I'm over it. I'm not drinking this weekend. But every excuse she has for everything she can't understand or remember is because she was too drunk.
Too tipsy.
I don't believe it. Sunny days. Good to see you, Sunny.
What the hell?
I don't know, you guys. Wild stuff. Where are we at time-wise? I can't even tell. There's Bronxy boy.
There he is.
It kills me when he gets on the back of that couch like he's a little lap dog or something. It's hilarious.
He thinks he's a cat.
He's on
Right.
patrol.
Right. He's just watching the windows. Who's out there? Anything else we want to add into this tonight? And let me do this real quick. Does anybody in the chat have any questions? And if you do, please put a Q in front of us so I can see it clearly before we go to close out for the night. I think we're about at that point now. Anything else, Logan, you wanted to put out there before we did that? No?
I don't think so.
Okay. So no neighbors heard anything. I don't believe that.
Wild.
I think that could be one of the reasons why the people that lived at 1112 left for a period of time. That's just a thought. I'm not saying it means a lot of anything. It's just a thought. They left at roughly 3, and came back around 5. I'm just curious if that's why.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Could be, could not be. Who knows? That's 11's channel. What is 11's channel?
I don't think he has one.
He did have one. He made a joke about one time.
One time? One time.
Oh, I promise you they didn't, Tomboy. That they definitely should have, and I absolutely could promise you they didn't at all.
They should have taken it just simply to know if she was coherent enough to do an
Yeah.
interview.
I mean, she was one of
Absolutely.
the star witnesses, huh?
Right.
To be a reliable witness, thank you.
Zero investigation.
Eric Brewer says the cleanest car for 15 minutes.
Oh,
Who's
yeah, the
Eric
macaroni
Brewer?
and
Eric Gower, okay.
Yeah, she's talking about the macaroni and cheese that he claimed that he pulled around the corner and whatever, brushed off the back seat, whatever the fuck.
Right. Uh-oh, get him, Bronxy.
Yep, his mom. Here's my buddy.
Let me see here. They didn't ask why you didn't call us at 4 a.m. They're not going to take... Yeah, agreed, Kathy. 100%. All right, so I see a couple questions here. All right, hold on. Let me make sure I get them first. First. 1 minute here. All right. Welcome, T-shirt weather. Thank you for joining us. It says, what do you all think of the theory that the cars were looped? I saw a video that Birdie did that made me second think about that footage. Christie's Chaos put something out months and months ago. And there's absolutely, these videos and audio have been absolutely manipulated. In my personal opinion, there's no way in hell that 2 separate videos at 2 separate times of the same vehicle turning the corner the light reflections, the streets, everything in the video is identical in two separate videos.
The
So, no.
placement of the car is identical, where it's at in the street, and like,
Yep.
They
yeah.
did some weird shit for
There's
sure.
no way it was not manipulated. I'm sorry,
Right.
but it's just there's no way. It's same with the audio stuff. So I hope that answers your question, because I fully believe there was nothing but massive amounts of manipulation done with the audio and video with these, truly and honestly.
So was this part of the? I took the camera and took it apart and put it back together, and
I mean, it could be. It could be. You know, it broke. We had to fix. Yeah, I bet it did.
surprise.
Right.
We'll
Miller
just serve a
Time.
little soft bullshit.
Sure. Miller Time says, although we seen no pics of the autopsy, could it be the scrapes were made by stainless steel mesh gloves? I mean, anything's possible. If you haven't seen it, Miller Time, Logan has put together an
So they wouldn't
onslaught.
cut their hands.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a good thought, huh?
It is a good idea. She's put together like an amazing. How can I explain it? Just depiction of what the injuries would look like in the photographs she's put together, guys. So if you haven't seen it, please go watch that. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life about what this autopsy report says. It completely did mine watching it. It's one of the best things that's been done in this case thus far.
I also posted the link to my Google Drive on my community page. If you just want to look at the pictures on your own, they're there. Also,
There's the
thank you,
link.
Angel Heart, for gifting 5 memberships. We appreciate you so much. And there's the Google Drive link.
There's
Thank
the
you,
link.
Bianca.
Thank you, Bianca.
She probably got 24 hours into that by now.
Oh, I'm sure more. She did an amazing job. Thank you, Bianca, for that. I can't see who got them. Oh, yeah, I can. Hold on.
Oh, you can?
They're on Logan's side.
Yeah, I have her screen pulled up over here too, so I can read everything. Just a minute, and I will tell you. I think. Let me catch the delay. Son of a bitch.
I hate it when that happens.
What is going on?
You want me to scroll back and tell you? I got them right here. So we got. I am not even going to do this, Joey. Nope. Not going to
Don't worry
bring up
about
shit.
it. Okay. There it is. Okay. I knocked it out. Sorry about that.
Hey, knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Okay. Now, one more time. Let's try this. All right. So it looks to me. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
It looks like Angel Heart dropped 5, and it musical cherubs, poodles, and true crime. Miss Natasha Hill, Curious Cat, and Chow Bell 1965. All welcome. We got some new turtles floating on in, and thank you, Miss Angel, for that again. Very nice of you. There you go, Miss Logan.
Look at him.
All right.
He's looking at his mother. He says, Mom, it's almost been 4 hours.
He's like, it's time, Mom. Yeah. Alrighty then, guys. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I know I'm looking to see if there's any more questions. Oh, there was. Hangman said, do we know what was found in the garbage bins?
Mm.
No, I don't believe so, unfortunately.
No.
Miss Shannon Dean says, who killed these 4? Laugh out loud, not in a funny way. That's a great question, Shannon. I would love to know the answer. If you find it, please tell me. It definitely was. I can tell you who it wasn't. Mr. Bryan Kohberger.
Oh.
Absolute. Good question, too. I don't think I'm missing. I just want to double check that I'm not missing any questions. Hold on. Wait a minute. My boy says I'm a former medic. Well, I am too, my friend. I wouldn't tell a lie. The 417 could be the exculpatory info. If you got tased and threatened after the fact, would you go back to Idaho? Probably not. I understand what you're saying. I understand. I just don't hear anything on it that sounds like anything of importance, is all I'm saying. And thank you for your service, my friend. I appreciate you. It's hard work, bro. Very hard work. All right, I think that's
Sorry,
all
that
the
was a
questions.
little unprofessional, but I did put the link to that drive. That it's a link to Logan's post where you can find the stuff she put on the drive.
No problem. All right, so Logan, you have any last thoughts, feelings, opinions before we head out for tonight?
I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for listening to me ramble all night. I appreciate it and putting up with me. Thank you to the panel for having me. Thank you to Lana for making an impromptu surprise guest appearance tonight and giving us great conversation. So I really appreciate her for doing that. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to everybody who sent gifteds and helping me with the FOIA stuff. I do have a surprise FOIA coming for you guys that you don't even know about. So should be any day this week. Tune in tomorrow for the members. I have a members only giveaway tomorrow. And definitely tune in on Monday. I have some other information I want to go over regarding the autopsies that I noticed. And do something nice for yourself. Be kind, but more importantly, be kind to your animals. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you. Very much appreciated. I can't wait for all the new stuff that we got going on over at Bronx Tales True Crime. And thank you, Miss Logan, for joining us. Mikey, any last thoughts? I won't throw you up there because I know you don't like it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate everybody in chat, all our viewers. Thanks, Logan, for all the work you did on the autopsy stuff. That was a lot of work. I know that.
Yeah.
And there you go. He's still out there rocking. Jeepers, buddy. Killing it.
Doing the best I can.
Hey.
I don't think it's good enough sometimes, but I'm doing the best I can. So thank you.
Oh, stop it.
Yep.
And thank you, Mike. I appreciate you as always. Mikey has some things in the works going forward for us for the verdict room. I'm looking forward to those things, guys. I do believe.
Oh yeah, we have that one next weekend.
Yes, next weekend.
She's spicy on this too.
Yes, Miss Audrey from Glitch DNA is going to be joining us next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With all the new info that's come out, I have a lot of questions for her.
I'm so excited.
And I think it's going to be a very good show. Audrey's awesome. She was our first guest on our first show here, so I can't wait to have her back. Thank you again, Logan, for joining us. And Logan, if you got to go, I understand completely. Mikey, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Let me catch those last new ones. Mandy Joe, Angel Heart dropping memberships. Mandy Joe, Moto Man dropped that 20. Thank you, bro. Maggie Valentine, thank you for that. Krista dropping a new membership over here. Moto again, thank you, my friend. And Vanessa dropping a new membership over there in the Bronx Tales realm of the room. Witchy dropping another one. Thank you so much, Witchy. And Moto again, thank you, brother. You are appreciated. Mandy Bradley dropping that one. Thank you so much, Mandy. Ms. Joanne, thank you so much for yours. You guys are amazing. Crazy Italian lady. Happy Dagoversary to you on 2 months. God bless. Once again, looks like so much corruption hit 7 months. That's awesome. Very much appreciated. And I think I got the other ones earlier. Thank you guys. G-Bean, thank you for that. Ms. Denise, thank you again. Everybody, you guys are amazing, guys. And truly and honestly, thank you so much for Lana joining us. Mikey, thank you, brother. Logan,
I forgot that. Appreciate you,
yes,
Lana.
you're good.
Wow.
Logan, thank you for all your hard work. You are really killing it out here, girlfriend. We appreciate you very much. And everything you will be doing in the future, I'm looking forward to as well. That being said, folks, another week under the belt. Craziness coming. Looking forward to next week with Audrey and Glitch DNA. Pay attention to the channels throughout the week with you never know what we're going to put out this week, folks. That being said,
the verdict is in.
You all have an amazing night. And everybody, don't forget to love yourselves, love each other, and don't change a thing because that's what I love so much about you. You guys truly are the beautiful people. And we will see you very soon. Bye-bye, everybody. For any mods that are interested, I will be in the mod chat afterwards. Good night. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great evening, everybody.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming through. verdict room where we're seeking truth. Yeah, we're seeking truth. Hey. Last 24, they rewind it. True crime heads go find it. Breaking every angle, every track. Bronx telling tales, keeps us on track. Typically unique, never act. Being real, being sharp, being exact. Exposing every secret in the dark. Every little timeline, every mark. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth. Looking for answers, bringing the facts to you. They break it all down. That day goes cafe seats, working together, throwing revelations at your feet. Oh.
Crime scene chart, they erase that. Put the story back, then replace facts. Looking for the motive in the cracks. Red yarn on the board, then it snaps. Voices in my ear through the week till they hit play. Then we speak. Files on the table, case on the line. They don't just tell it, they define.
Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth. Looking for answers, bringing the facts to you. They break it all down. That day goes cafe seats, working together, throwing revelations at your feet. From the Bronx to the world, let it ring. Every missing little detail that they bring. Dropping that gavel when they're done with the beat. Thanks for tapping in. See you next week. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth. Looking